Hear what I say, we are the business today. Fuck shit is finished today. RT&J, need a new PB&J. We dropped the classic today. We did a tablet of acid today. Lit joints with the matches and ashes away. We dash away. Donna and Dixon, the pistol is blasting away.
Doctors of death, filling our patients of breath. We are the pain you can trust. Crooked at work, hooking up curses and slurs. Smoking my brain in the mush. I became famous for blaming you bucks. Naming my way through the brush. There was no training or taming of me and my bruh. Live like a man, but I'm animal raw.
We are the murderers pair. That with the jail and we murdered the murderers there. Then with the hell and discovered the devil delivered some hurt and despair. Used to have powder to push. Now I smoke pounds of the kush. Holy, I'm burning the bush. Now I give a fuck about none of this shit. Shoot runner over and out of this bitch.
Step into the spotlight. Copying of uppers and downers get done. I'm in a rush to be numb. Dropping 1,000 ain't much. Come from the clouds on a missile to turn this whole town into dust. Don't make a sound, baby, hush. I am the living swipe right on the mic, I'm a slut. I don't know how to not spit like a loud. I spit a pound on my kids on your couch.
Half of a Mongol and mystical team, dealing this treacherous thing. Legend says Ellen's a spun out of hell. The myth is my mama's a murderous queen. Yo, I can end like in Godfather 1. You get the gun as I christen my son. If I die today in this hell, I should pay. Tell the Lord Mikey said, fuck, it was fun.
Every new record's my dick in a box. We get a doozy, the moolah's a lot. You're getting used to me doing no wrong. I don't play chicken, you prick, I'm a fox. You wanna kick it, I'll give you the rise. You kiss the wood chipper blade if you bark. I'm fucking magic, in fact, I'm a war like a talk. I got a unicorn on board.
Stop.
Step into the spotlight. And the crowd goes. And the crowd goes. And the crowd goes. And the crowd goes.
Mike Pin the jelly won't snitch. I rent a room at the Ritz. I sip a fifth of the whisk. I smoke a dub in the tub. Then I will split both my wrists.
I'll pull a sword on you since, just with a flick of the wrist. Get your neck given a miss. Me and my skip away whistling and grin. Every day's golden when you only win.
Bullying bastards and beating on beats. Sounds like a day at the beach.
Preach.
I keep the middle school step on your feet. Before you can speak, blow to the feet.
We move around the ones you think I'm me. You think I'm lying, you right, see my teeth. Don't be a boy when I'm wrong if I move. Hunting's no fun when your prey doesn't move. I put a gun to a bunny like truth. Say something funny, your bunny go boom. You got a bevy of sheep you could groove. We like to thank you for choosing our crew.
And that's from the crew you can trust. Warranty plus for fucking shit up. We are the no-gooders, do-gooders, known to the dancers and dealers and doers of dust.
Oh, okay. I think that's working.
I don't have all of our emotes anymore. I didn't realize that mine.
I hope it's working. Can everyone hear us? Are we okay? Are we there?
Question mark.
Oh, fuck it. Do you know what? At this point, I'm just fucking... I'm over it. I'm over everything. Is there anybody out there?
Bud.
Yeah,
Yep, that's the show. I'll see you guys.
Thanks for showing up. We'll see you next week. Yes, you good. Oh, thank God. Oh, it's not like I have hot sauce on standby or anything. I need like a little glass box with like, please break in case of fuck up.
It'll be broken within about 3 minutes.
Hey. Shut up. Shut up. You would not believe it. We'll get into it in a moment. It's been a stressful week for everyone involved, I think. Other than Mike. I think Mike's had a pretty chill week. I think.
I don't know. I'm excited to find out.
He hides himself very well. Anyway, welcome to the My Guys podcast. You may be wondering about the question mark over there. Hang on. There we go. There. Basically, Austin is basically just doing life stuff, so he's not going to be around for a few weeks. So it gives us an opportunity to have a few people stop by. Obviously, no one this week, because otherwise it wouldn't be a fucking question mark, would it? Stupid.
Sorry,
but
my bad.
In the next couple of weeks, we're going to have some various people over. So stay tuned for that. We'll let you know as time goes by. But other than that, it's still going to be the same show because half the time, I mean, we've had Alf from Bieber in his place before, so question marks fucking nothing at this point. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Who should we start with? Who do you think is going to give us the best roundup of their week? The two guys in the middle here, I think, are vying for like top spot. I think Dub definitely. Yeah, Saint has
pointing
more.
to whoever is above me. Is
Saint has more anger in him, but I think Dub's had the worst week personally. But it's all relative.
I'm ready to get it the fuck out.
Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
My week has been absolutely amazing up until this point, up until this day.
It was done for a reason, Trin. It wasn't done with a quality in mind. It was just like, let me just stick any old shit on there.
So today is what I like to call like a Murphy's Law kind of day, where anything that shitty that could happen to you does happen to you. So basically what happened was my day at work was shit. I worked my ass off, which is completely fine. But me and my manager got into it. So that the thing is I woke up in a great mood. I was like, damn, today's going to be a good fucking day, dude. Woke up in a great mood. And then it's like everybody at my store was just like, you're in a good mood? Oh, let's fuck that up for you. Yeah, exactly. So, shit day at work. I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm going to go home. Got home, took a shower, feeling refreshed. I was like, all right, day is over. We're good to go, dude. Hopped on League. Probably the worst mistake I've made in my fucking life when I've had a bad day.
I second that wholeheartedly. That was the dumbest thing you've done today.
Yeah. So I played one game of ranked. Our jungler died in like the first 5 minutes, which is okay. You can recover from that shit. But then he proceeded to type in chat, fuck you, bottom. I'm not coming to help you guys.
Rude.
So their jungler noticed this and just camped our fucking lane the whole game. Middle fed. It was just like a complete butt fuck of fucking League, dude. So then I got demoted to Bronze 4 again. I don't think I'll ever make it to fucking Bronze 2 this season. Let alone Silver, which was, I would have liked to got to Gold this season, but it's looking like I'm not going to be shit in League this season. It is my first season, so I'm cutting myself a little bit of slack, but fuck that, dude. I'm not a pussy. You know what I mean? I'm trying to fucking make a name for myself, dude. Anyways, so then that happened. So during the process of this League game, I'm pissed as fuck and I'm getting hungry. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to order a Papa John's pizza. I know I got podcast night. I haven't done no grocery shopping. I'll do that shit tomorrow. So I ain't got like no food in my house. And I was like, all right, cool. Fuck it. I'll order a pizza. Ordered the pizza. It's good to go. I'm sitting there playing League. And then I look over at my screen, which is my pizza tracker. And it says, delivered. And I was like, well, that's bullshit because I don't have a pizza in my mouth right now. So I called them, and it's like this high school girl. It's this high school girl that answers the phone. She's like, thanks for calling Papa John's. What can I help you with? And I was like, yeah, my fucking order wasn't there. It says it's delivered, and I don't have a fucking pizza. I wasn't that aggressive, okay? I'm not an asshole.
We were listening. We heard every word.
So I was like, yeah, my pizza isn't here. They said they delivered it. And she's like, oh, Sarah. And this is when I'm face palming.
We're all face palming.
She was like, oh, she said that she delivered it, but she couldn't find the address. So they just brought it back here. And I was like, well, are you going to fucking bring me my pizza? And then they're like, Sarah, do you want to take him his pizza? And I'm like, cancel the fucking order. Cancel the fucking order. Refund me my money and cancel the fucking order. I will starve before I give you guys money. And that's my day.
So, hold on. That was your day. Now tell us about your week.
Fortnite Season 9 came out, and that fucking sucks.
Why you gotta
They vaulted the pump shotgun.
Why you gotta do it? Oh, fuck off, you piece of shit.
Yeah, so Season 9 of Fortnite is the biggest asshole of a fucking thing that I've ever seen in my life. I think Epic, like, they all got together, kind of like how we are right now, and they were like, dude, let's get drunk and figure out what the fuck we're going to do for Season 9. So that's what they did. Is that they vaulted the pump shotgun, which is basically saying, like I said, think of any game, and Mike said Tomb Raider. All right, imagine Tomb Raider without Lara Croft. Would that be Tomb Raider?
Are you seriously telling
No.
me that the entirety of Fortnite is hung upon using a pump shotgun? Are you really telling me that, Carl? Are you you really want to get into that right now? You're out of your fucking mind.
I can beat people with an entire loadout based off of one fucking gun.
So what I see right now isn't that you're mad that they just took this gun out and now it's trash. You just have so much sentimental attachment to the pump that without it, life is nothing.
No, it's not even that.
You just got broke up with by Epic, bro.
Oh boy. They're fucking appealing to casuals, which is completely fine. You do that in LTMs, you do that in casual game modes like Team Rumble and shit like that. But you're talking about casuals, and you're talking about people who play maybe 1 to 2 hours a day, right? Like maybe I'll come home, play a couple games of Fortnite, and then I'll call it a night. But when you talk about, you want to appeal to your competitive audience because you're talking about the people who put 8 to 10 to 12 hours into this game. These are the people that are streamed. These are your ninjas. These are your Tifus that bring in an audience. These are the people that are influencers in your gaming community, and you're not appealing to them. You're appealing to your casual gamers. It makes no fucking sense to me, dude. Fuck this week.
I don't know. I think it makes some sense in the aspect that they take the control away from those big competitors and give them more challenges to overcome, like taking something they're used to away, and then let's see you stay a pro at this game. You know what I mean? And then people are going to get salty because something that they had is taken away. Welcome to the complex of America itself. You don't see anyone on the top outside's bitching, do you? I mean,
yeah, but here's my thing. So I was watching something that said, like, compare it to Riot Games, right? League has been at like the top of the fucking charts as far as esports go for like a long time. It's the most reoccurring like multiplayer game that's been played, right? But what do? They fly their professionals in to where they're based at, and they say, hey, let's what do you guys think about these changes we're going to make? And then their pros tell them, like, that's a fucking stupid idea, or yeah, that should work, yeah, that's cool. At the end of the day, you want to appeal to the people who are playing this game at the highest level you possibly can.
So, other than that, you're good, right?
That's your money makers. Other than that, everything's been great. Yeah.
I don't like. Do you not remember, like, back in, like, was it like season? When did they take out the double pump? Was that like season 2, season 3?
Season 4.
Was it season 4?
I want to say
whenever it was
3 or 4.
Do you not remember that everyone fucking had a similar reaction to now, how they've taken away the pump? Where people fucking flipped their lid and was like, "I'm never. They've ruined the game." You adjust, you overcome. I mean, look, the drum gun's a great gun. You'll be fine.
So, who wants to go next?
Mike, how's your week been?
I think Dubs should go next. Actually, I'm quite intrigued to hear Dubs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I can go next. I'm fine with that. Had some challenges this week, just to add to the story, I guess. You guys know that I had issues with my GPU. You guys know that I had issues with Twitch and Authy kicking me out. Well, this past week, after I got all of those solved, I found some black mold in my bedroom. So I had to just take everything and put it into my living room, which is why everything has changed. And I'm now in the process of getting my walls repaired and getting moved back in. So, yeah, I'm just kind of hoteling it in the main space right now,
Nice.
So it's a little uncomfortable, but it is what it is. I don't have my privacy like I like, I don't have my setup. I'm not as comfortable for sure, but yeah, no, my week has not actually been as bad as the ones before.
True. In retrospect.
That doesn't make it good. It doesn't make it good.
It makes it better, though.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
My new graphics card's been working. It's been a week of trying to calibrate. Why is it doing this? Why is it doing that? Why is
Yeah.
it doing this? Why is it doing that? And it turned out that it was Jay was telling me from the first one that was faulty, that it was a voltage issue.
Yeah.
And it wasn't getting enough power. So I had to actually go into my GPU drivers in AMD and adjust that stuff manually. And I haven't had a crash in about 24 hours. So we're going pretty good there. So I'll probably try to stream with it tomorrow. I might do a Nintendo stream tonight, but
Nice.
other than that, yeah, things are finally looking like they're settling down. Hopefully
I'm
I'll
happy
have,
for you, dude.
yeah,
you've had-
hopefully
I
I'll
know
have
you've been
something.
going through some shit. Like I know I've been going through some shit today, but that's one day you've been going through it for a hot minute. So I'm glad to hear you're on that.
three weeks, a month, something
Yeah,
like that.
I'm
Yeah,
glad
just
to
like-
hear you're on the downhill from that, dude.
So hopefully next week there's some new big exciting.
Oh, dude, here, here, here.
As of right now, I'm
Oh, here we go again. Here we go again.
gotta-
You fucking cunt. It can be done. It's just some bullshit. I think it's also got something to do with the.
Hey, bunch of beans.
I actually think also, hey, bunch of beads. I think that it's got something to do with the NDI as well. I think the NDI is just it's overloading things. So
Gotcha.
I think that might be. Do you know what? Let me try something. Hang on. All right, I'm just gonna run a real quick test. Mike, you tell us about your week, whilst I just do something real quick.
Okay. Well, my week sort of expands over 2 weeks, really, because obviously I wasn't here last week. I was in Costa del Scotland and living it up, going to bed
Nice.
at like 9 p.m. It was great. But yeah, so I was in Scotland last week. That was some good fun. On the we went there. We got there on Monday, sort of after late afternoon. Didn't really do much on the Monday. Tuesday, we went out and did a couple of. We like to go castle hunting, look at some like castle ruins and things. Wednesday, Ashley surprised me with a trip into Edinburgh. She had booked a J.K. Rowling tour where you pretty much walk around Edinburgh with a guide, and they show you all the coffee shops that J.K. Rowling sat in to write all the Harry Potter books and stuff. And she taught us a little bit of history about Edinburgh in general, and that was really fun. That was about
That's
2 or
lit.
3 hours.
Did you learn anything about the
as
window
well.
tax? You ever learn
No,
about
I
that?
didn't actually.
I'll tell you.
No.
I'll tell you about it afterwards. Because I've been to Edinburgh a lot of times. I was just wondering if you'd been through that. So anyway, sorry. J.K. Rowling tour.
Yeah. So then, apart from that, it was pretty much just enjoying, because you've got to imagine they have Ashley's auntie and uncle have an apartment in the middle of London that's empty, and they use it for friends and family, and they live up on a farm in the middle of nowhere in Scotland, and it's surrounded by just countryside and fields and things. It's a great peace of mind sort of place where you can just go to chill out. So yeah, last week was really fun, and then I got back this week, and obviously I've started uploading videos to YouTube, so I've been stressing about that because when you've got low self-esteem and low self-confidence and you're putting yourself on camera on YouTube in front of the entire world, it can kind of get a little bit overwhelming. And then on top of that, Ashley has a condition called trigeminal neuralgia, which is pretty much there's a nerve in the side of your face. Oh, sorry, I just hit my microphone. There's a nerve in the side of your face that goes down under your jaw, and it sort of goes into your nose, then up and into your forehead. But it's predominantly sort of near your sort of jaw, there on your face, and pretty much that's flared up again, which is all an extension of a rheumatoid arthritis. That flared up again, so she's had a week of excruciating pain where she's spent most of it in tears, and the only cure for it is to get the nerve removed via surgery. So you can imagine somebody that's got what's apparently described as the most excruciating pain known to humankind going on in the side of her face every now and then. It's kind of gives you a pretty fun week. when you're the partner of somebody going through that. So you can imagine my week's been pretty banterific. But I don't want to pull the mood down. So I'm gonna
No,
end
you're
it
good,
with
man.
I'm gonna end it with Actually, I was trying to think of something that I might have done that was funny this week, but honestly, I don't really do that much funny stuff. So, we got a hot tub, so I've been chilling in a hot tub with
Nice.
a cider pretty much every night. So yeah, let's end it with a 3 cheers.
Mike in the hot tub.
Like in the hot tub.
Rubber dub dub. Mike's in the
That's something
tub.
I like to think about.
Oh, and there was that filter on Snapchat where everybody was using it to make themselves look like a girl.
Do you know
Yeah.
what? A friend of mine
Dude,
and
I'm hot
Mike's.
as fuck.
A friend of mine.
It's time. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say a friend of mine and Mike's, Dave X90, he changed his profile pic on his Twitter to the Snapchat filter, and he's been getting DMs from people saying like you're hot. It's like, oh my god, it's hysterical.
Let me say right now that it's times like these I'm glad I don't have a cell phone.
Yes, it is very, very, very.
I
good.
am not anywhere close to this problem.
Well, I'm
Why?
not close to either. So basically, really quickly,
Why?
so Edinburgh, amazing place. Birth of the house tax or window tax as it used to be. So basically, what used to happen is depending on how many they needed money, so they went right. Depending on how many windows you have in your house, that's how much tax you pay. Because obviously, the more windows you have, the richer you are. So everyone started knocking windows out. And I went on this tour around Edinburgh. And our tour guide brought us to the bottom of this house. And she goes, this was one of the first houses where this was introduced. And she goes, what they used to do is the poorest people used to live at the top of the buildings and the bottom of the buildings, and then the really rich people would live in the middle. And the reason why is because people used to throw shit out of their window and piss. So they'd throw it out. And they used to say, as they said this, they used to say this thing called Goldie Loo, which is basically Gaelic for watch out below, turds are flying, essentially. So us all being quite drunk at this point, we all started screaming like Goldie Loo. And we heard this like window slam open. He goes, for fuck's sake, every night, fucking Goldie Loo, I'll kill you, cunts. And we'll run away like screaming up. It was one of the funniest fucking things. We're just getting like roasted by this Glaswegian this Glaswegian dude. He was so fucking mad. But yeah, that was my Edinburgh story. Anyway, my week. So my week has been kind of cool and kind of shit. Started off my week with getting a bill from my my solicitor, because I have a solicitor working on stuff that's going on with my old work. It seems that I've hit the 400 grand mark. So, you know, go me. So it's a £400,000 solicitor's bill. So that was cool. Although I don't have to pay it, essentially. They'll pay it once it's all litigated and dealt with. So there's that. And then as anyone that knows has been a part of this podcast from the beginning, I have a very, very expensive bit of kit that I use with it that makes my voice sound very nice. Not that, I mean, I have a pretty nice voice anyway, but it just accentuates it. The only problem is it's a complete fucking arsehole when it comes to using it in the live stream. And I've been hammering Rode, who make this, for weeks and weeks and weeks. And they finally coughed up and went, yeah, sorry, everyone's affected by it. You're all just going to have to fucking suffer. It's something to do with Windows 10. We can't really help you. So I'm pretty much fucked on that. So I'm about to sell this piece of shit and then get something else. So and anyone that knows me has known how stressed out I've been about all this shit, because sound is my bread and butter. The sound is what I actually have. I actually have qualifications in sound engineering. Ironic as it may sound, seeing as it's such a clusterfuck. So it's been really stressing me out. So I was reading the subreddit where this broke, and you could literally hear me from space of me going, motherfuckers. I've bought cables. I've tried routing it through various sound cards. I've stripped my PC down more times than I could even mention. So that was fun. What else? Saw Detective Pikachu. Great film. Plotline.
Was it actually good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Don't just pass that.
Yeah, go on.
Don't spoil it either, though.
I'm not going to spoil it. Okay, so Detective Pikachu. So me, my two kids, my oldest and my youngest. My middle child, unless it's Fortnite, he doesn't give a shit. So he was out. He tapped out already. So we went to see it. Sat down. Now my oldest is like fucking an avid Pokemon fan. There isn't a Pokemon he does not know and could tell you who it is from 1,000 yards. He's that good. And my youngest kind of knows the general stuff and a few of the more obscure ones. And for my kids loved it. Let's get it out of the way. My kids absolutely loved it because it ticked all the boxes. It had all the live action interactions with various Pokemons. It had kind of funny moments and sad moments and this and that. It ticked all those boxes. And me as a Pokemon fan, I mean, I have a Jigglypuff tattoo, so it's not like I'm a tourist here. I know I have been involved in the Pokemon universe pretty much since the beginning because I'm that old that I remember the fucking show when it first came about. But
I grew up with it.
Yeah.
It makes you feel any older.
Thank you. It does. So on that point, I actually loved it. The storyline is almost non-existent. The storyline is not great, but it kind of doesn't matter. It wasn't terrible in the fact that I was like, fuck this movie, I'm not watching this ever again. I just know I'll never have to see it again. I could go the rest of my life happy in the knowledge that I've seen it once, I enjoyed it, it was a good experience, I'll never have to see that again. Unlike other films like Endgame, I know I'm going to see that shit again. I know I will see that film again. I know I'll see it before it comes out on DVD. I know when it comes out on DVD. I say that makes me feel old in itself because it's not really DVD. When I can stream it, you fucks. So basically, when it is released to the public, I'll watch it again on that. I could say VHS, but that would just be terrible. Or Laserdisc. I could go really old school on you and say Laserdisc. Yeah. Who scratched my fucking Clerks DVD? Anyway, so so it was good. John Wick's out today. Is it today he's out? So I'm going to go and see him over the weekend, maybe. Other than that,
I was thinking about
going
to see it tonight.
Yeah, I might,
but I'm not going to.
And
because the movie theater will probably burn down, knowing my fucking luck today.
Yeah, and I made
John Wick at 10.
I made a decision. I had actually a very good decision. So I have been struggling to a degree about not streaming in general, although yes, streaming in general, but what to play when I'm not sat in front of a camera talking the hind legs of a donkey, which is what I'm pretty much known for from most people now. And I've decided to go on a bit of an exploration. I've decided that as of next week, I'm going to start kind of almost an autobiographical journey through gaming. So from the very first games I started playing on things like the Commodore C64 and the Amiga A1200 and stuff like that, through to the SNES, NES, and everything in between. So games I really like, things like Street Fighter 2 Turbo, things like Battletoads, things like Ghouls and Goblins, things like Castlevania, Kirby. I'm going to basically be going through that. So I'm going to be picking a game a week or a couple of games a week and basically ripping through them whilst on stream. So that was my kind of epiphany. Because
I'm down.
I like that shit.
I love my modern stuff, and I'm not going to stop playing that. But I think having the excitement of reliving kind of my youth of living through games, I think that's... I mean, I'm trying to find an emulator because... The emulator games changed a lot. It used to be very easy access to a lot of things. The emulators themselves are fine, but it's the ROMs that have kind of had to go underground a little bit because of licensing issues and Nintendo essentially being bastards. But so California Games is one that I'm really on the hunt for at the moment because that was a big part of my life. And I'm going to have a weekend stream where I think I'm going to go through every Tony Hawk from start to finish. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds fun.
And I'm not going to stop streaming until I've done them all. So I'm going to go through 1, 2, and 3.
Have you played the Thug Pro mod?
No.
No, you don't know about the Thug Pro mod? Okay,
No.
So they took Tony Hawk's Underground 2. They took the game engine, and then they put every map from every Tony Hawk game into this mod, and then turned it into like a standalone online community Tony Hawk.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, dude, I'll send you guys links. It's awesome. I've been playing it for like a year.
Because I used to have this.
I'm excited for the new Skate game.
Me too.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, bro.
Skate 3 was the most requested backwards compatible game in Xbox history. It was literally everyone was going on about a remaster for the longest time. Skate 3 was about the pinnacle of skating games not the more realistic sense, but just since Tony Hawk 3 for me was kind of the sweet spot for everything. until Skate came along and kind of went, yeah, you've had your time, old man. Let's move things forward a little bit.
Right.
But my routine used to be, so I used to wake up at 3 a.m. I used to put Tony Hawk 3 on, and I used to listen. There's a very famous DJ in the UK called Chris Moyles, and he used to be on the biggest radio station in the country, Radio 1. And it's where I first got the kind of inklings of making a career out of radio. And I used to listen to his show whilst playing. I used to play the same fucking... It was one of those things, I had my rundown so much, if I put a pixel wrong, it was just start, reset, and I'd reset the entire run because I knew it wasn't going to be perfect. That's how fucking into that game I was. But yeah. So yeah, that's going to be me for the future, basically. So
I like that shit, dude.
Yeah, I thought that was...
I like that.
I thought it was a good thing. And I also, that's actually another thing, if you can see behind me, so there's been a very big controversy in the YouTube universe with a YouTuber called James Charles. There was a huge controversy, and this guy lost like 3 million subscribers over the course of a weekend. So, yeah, as Cam says, spill the tea, sis. So, essentially, my wife is massively into the beauty YouTuber world. So, she knows, I know through her a lot of the main players in this fucking Greek tragedy of a weekend. But essentially, I started hearing this word tea everywhere, and I was like, "Whoa!" I mean, I'm a tea drinker. I'm British, for fuck's sake, so tea's in my blood, essentially. So I'm like, tea? What's all this tea bullshit? Drink the tea, sip the tea, spill the tea, all that bullshit. Apparently, it's like beauty YouTuber code for like drama. So I got really mad by it, and I remember when I had my amputation, I always said that I wanted to have a podcast that was called Amputee with Jay, because I'm known for drinking a lot of tea. Obviously, I've got one leg, and my name's Jay. It's pretty self-fucking-explanatory. So I basically had an IRL stream the other night where I just basically ranted about this for like 2 and a bit hours. Ironically, my stream didn't drop once. So, there is that. So, yeah, Amputee with Jay is something I'm going to be digging at every now and again. And it's just basically going to be me being mad at something and then talking about it for a while. So, yeah, so that's pretty much been my... It's been ups and downs. It's not been bad. It's not been good.
I'm glad you brought that up though, because I did want to talk about that.
What, the amputee with Jay thing?
No. Well, I mean, we could talk about that as well, but I was more referring to the James Charles.
Oh, the James Charles thing. Yeah. I mean, Dub, do you know anything about this at all?
No.
Okay.
I don't either.
So essentially, there was a young man several years ago became very famous overnight because he went to his high school prom in full makeup, like contoured to fuck, like a porcelain doll, like young lad,
like drag.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. And he became very famous overnight, and then he became a beauty YouTuber. So he basically made videos where he would do beauty tutorials. He became very famous for it. He did stuff with Kim Kardashian and like the pinnacle of people. Jeffree Star, who's essentially the queen of the entire fucking scene. But and essentially, I'll give you my because I knew about this kid before, both through my wife, and he visited Birmingham, my hometown, not so long ago, and single-handedly shut it down because that many people went to see him open a store in a fucking mall. So he's huge. But I knew he was also a cunt because I looked into him a little bit and seen that he was very toxic. He also had a big prevalence for straight boys. And making a big drama about that, and like quite ferociously going after people in that sense, which is fine if you want to do that. But I mean, obviously, the straight boys obviously might have an issue with that, and some of them did. And when they did have an issue, he would pressurize them, or his community would turn on them. Thank you for that, Miss J, for the follow. So essentially, all this happened, and then fast forward, a lady called Tatty, who's another beauty YouTuber, had this massive 43-minute video where she literally roasted him in the nicest possible way. You know, like you usually have like the YouTube drama when people are like, fuck this guy, he did this, he did that, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't like that. It was like a systematic... that's quite a good way of putting it, because he always starts his videos like, hey, sisters. So it's like a systematic takedown of this kid's entire life. Bearing in mind, she's like 35 and he's 19 at this point, so he's still a fucking kid. But all of a sudden, after this video hit, he started losing subscribers at a rate that no one had ever seen in their entire lives. He was unfollowed by the world, essentially. And he went from 16 million subscribers down to 13 in 3 days, which has never been done before. No one's ever lost that many subscribers.
Shit.
And the lady Tatty, in actual fact, went from 5 million subscribers up to 10. So she actually got her plaque through this whole fucking drama.
She got what she wanted off of it.
Well,
Give me that clout.
essentially, I mean, I'm interested to see what Mike thinks about all this, because obviously he wanted to talk about this and kind of give his perspective.
I was
Thank you for filling us in.
To be honest, I was when I say worried, I don't really care about this situation massively in terms of like I'm not invested.
Whatever.
In it
I see the eyeshadow. I see it. I see the contour.
Well, I'm glad you noticed. No, I actually didn't even know that these two people really existed until this drama. But
Maybe.
I watched the Tatty video because it was just like it was just drama that was all over Twitter, so I wanted to see what it was all about. And you said something a second ago about him being 19 and still essentially being a kid, and she's like this grown-ass woman. But I think one thing, I agree with you that, that, like, to be honest, she wasn't really that much of a dick about it. Like you said, she politely shot him down.
Oh yeah.
But one of the things was that James Charles was when he first started out on YouTube, she was the one that helped him gain
100%.
the initial traction. Her husband does a lot of contracts and stuff on YouTube. He basically sorted out all of James's contracts so that he could get paid more on all of his videos and things. And she actually flew James Charles out to her wedding so that he could do her wedding makeup. And he was like always in her videos. She was always sort of, she did a lot of collaborations with him. So when she found out everything that James Charles had done, i.e. what Zombie said about he essentially was a celebrity that abused his celebrity status to convince straight guys that they were gay, and if they didn't fall for it, then he would just call them out. And like Jay said, he was quite toxic, and when she found this out, she was disgusted by it, and so she made the video sort of saying that she just didn't want anything more to do with him. And then the rest is history. He lost like 3 million subs in 3 days.
On that, because there's been a lot of controversy about that. However, I will stick up for him a little bit here, because there's two main incidences where the people are pointing and saying, well, this guy's a predator and this, that, and the other. Both of them came out and said that they were bi-curious at the time. They showed messages and stuff like that. And James Charles, although he was a sycophant and a fucking moron, he essentially asked for consent, got consent. I mean, the one guy was like, I was bi-curious, I made out with him for like 3 and a bit hours, and then I decided I was straight, and I'm kind of like, not sure that's how it works, but okay. I support you.
One of the things that's like an instant thing.
You should have had a clue right away.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, being bi-curious is 100% natural, but it's the fact that
me personally, I feel like if I would kiss a dude, I'd be like, nah, that ain't right. I shouldn't do that. That's not me.
It took me 3 hours to realize that I wasn't into guys. It was fine at first, but then I was like, yeah, I'm not so sure. And then by the end of it, I was like, no, definitely straight. But yeah, so there was that, and also here, and this is the kicker, and this is where I kind of got into it a little bit on my stream the other day. Hang on, there's also speculation now that James basically conned them to stand behind him, though. Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's the thing. You don't know what to believe in this world, and this was my point. Every person that every person that unfollowed him, every creator, every celebrity that stood by him, or up until this point, and then dropped him like a hot brick, they were all complicit with his behaviour, because they all said that he'd done this for months. So they all knew that he was predatorial towards people. They all knew that he was a cunt towards people. They all knew.
But when it came to light, they were like, "Oh no, we don't want this to affect us. Fuck you."
Everyone went, "Well, let us take a step left, and I'm going to unfollow you. Godspeed. Enjoy the rest of your life. I'll see you next time."
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
That would be like if all of us blew up. We're obviously all doing this together.
Yeah.
And one of us, I'm going to put myself out there, like I have a fuck up, right? And then you guys are like, I mean, he's talked to us about this shit before, but fuck him. I ain't gonna let that shit affect me. Like,
but it's true though. I mean, it's like me knowing you're a fuckhead, but me sticking with you until it's okay for me to say you're a fuckhead. I think that's you.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Tatty, who did this video, is a perfectly lovely person, but it seems
I thought you were gonna say it. Don't get me wrong, you're a fuckhead.
That's what I was gonna say.
that was my next point.
Hey, damn,
why you gotta
bro.
ruin things for
No,
me,
you're a
Carl?
fuckhead.
This is why you're a fuckhead, because of things like this. But basically, I don't agree with. I mean, because basically, this all boiled down to he did a pay. Like, he basically promoted some company's fucking vitamin tablets that he was taking for stress or for anxiety. And Tatty herself has a brand of vitamins that she wanted him to be basically be one of the spokespeople for, and he didn't.
Okay.
He chose somebody else, and that was the point where she was like, "Well, hang on a minute, that's a problem now." So all of this, as nice as she was and as much people that are sticking behind her, this all surrounded one narcissist not liking another narcissist that didn't play their game their way. So they decided, well, fuck you then, I'm going to throw you under the bus. And as much as I hate agreeing with PewDiePie had a very good point when it came to this whole fucking thing. He did a video about the whole thing, and he basically called it what it was. And again, it hurts me even more. Keemstar even put out a video, and I fucking hate Keemstar. I would quite happily feed him for a mincer, but he had a point about the whole situation.
Careful, that comment might get our podcast on his next drama show.
Keemstar is easily one of the most toxic fucking gnomes in existence of humanity, and I would gladly have a fucking a YouTube boxing match without my leg with that prick. I just need to get my 2 mitts on him. That's all I need. I'll make it work. But anyway, where did I get my Venom T-shirt from? It's not Venom. It's actually it's a random Halloween T-shirt that I got from Boohoo Men of all places. So yeah, wait till Halloween comes around and then look on Boohoo Men in the extra husky section and you'll find it there. It'll be there. I'm Rubenesque, goddammit.
Yeah, that sounds like a whole bunch of bullshit.
Oh, it
though.
was.
Going back to the Snapchat filter thing, though, you guys didn't like that?
I don't know. I didn't like it. Why? Why do I need to have that in my
loved
life?
it.
I don't have.
I did too. I was hot as fuck.
I don't
dude.
have Snapchat for
wasn't.
one. I don't have Snapchat.
Really?
I haven't had Facebook in 2 years almost. I don't involve myself in social media other than Instagram for the fuck of it of having Instagram, and
Hang on a second.
So
and Twitter.
Jay, move your mic a little bit. Hang on, I'm gonna do this shit. I'm gonna see if I can do it over here.
oh god. So while he's doing this, did you guys see the video of I guess it was like this couple like hugging on each other, and the girl was sitting there holding the filter so she looked like a dude, and then her dude turned around and he freaked out because she was making it look like he was with a dude.
Right, hold that there. Wait there. I'm gonna show you something real quick.
I wouldn't even be surprised if mine was hot. Like
That's definitely not hot. I look like a Nordic like fucking psychopath. And the reason why I want to show you something because I want to show you the comparison. So I'm going to show you a picture of my actual mum right now and just show you how dead on that fucking filter is. Trust my mother of all people to have a fucking Instagram account with no pictures of herself on there. The fuck's wrong with you, mother?
Yeah, that's a mom thing.
I'll find it. Anyway, I'll find it a little bit later, but maybe I'll post it in the Discord. But yeah, I mean, I don't have no need for that. Never have need for. I mean, yeah, okay, it's a Snapchat filter. I mean, it's bad enough. I have this reoccurring thing where I was talking about like thousands of years from now when humanity's ended and like the aliens come down, they dig through the rubble and they'll be like, oh, I wonder what humans look like, and they're going to find someone's fucking iPhone and they're just going to look and go, hang on a minute. So they've got like humanistic features and then they've got like dog ears and a fucking tongue. What's that about? It's like, well, anyway. You sexy motherfucker, you especially
What up, Kyle?
Dubby Dubs, just lurking. Thank you, Kyle, for the lurk.
What's up,
Appreciate it.
Kyle?
Hey, Kyle, thanks.
What's up, Kyle?
What's up, guys?
I'm also on the subject of drama. I know we were talking about the Snapchat filter, but digressing back to the drama, because
Back to the tea, sisters.
I love drama, dude.
Is it? I think his name is Pro. Is it Pro
Oh,
Jared?
Pro Jared, that was the funniest thing on the history of the planet. Dub, if you haven't heard this story already, buckle up because this one's a fucking doozy.
I haven't heard this one either.
Pro Jared. Okay, so Pro Jared is a gaming YouTuber, and he's got 1 million had 1 million subscribers, and essentially he released a tweet at the beginning of the week. Him and James Charles basically broke the internet last weekend. So Pro Jared released a tweet saying, "Me and my wife are going to get a divorce. But whatever you hear, you might hear some rumors. But respect the privacy. I'm respecting my wife's mental health. I'm not going to get involved in it. Don't worry about it." So everyone's kind of going, "Well, that's a bit weird." And then some random girl out of nowhere goes, "Don't worry, Pro Jared. I'm here for you." And everyone's like, "That's a bit weird." So anyway, a couple of days go by, and then Pro Jared's wife pipes up on Twitter and goes, "Well, I think he's put something out there, but he's blocked me on Twitter, so I don't know what the fuck's going on." Basically, he's been banging some girl called such and such, and it just so happened to be the girl that was like, "I'm there for you, Pro Jared." It was the same girl. So then it gets better. It gets way better. So then all of a sudden, dozens of girls, and I mean dozens, upwards of 60 people, all go, "Hang on a minute. He's been hitting me up in the DMs. He's been sending me dick pics." And they proceed to put all these dick pics on the internet for everybody to see. He then gets booted out of his own subreddit because the moderating system on Reddit is very different. So it even if it's your channel, if someone's been moderator longer than you, they have they supersede you in the moderators levels. And his own mod booted him from his subreddit and turned it into a JonTron page. And fuck me, is it the funniest thing you've ever seen in your life? And he basically, as far as I know, he deleted the internet, moved to Swaziland, and he's now living in a mud hut with no internet connection because anytime he ever connects to the internet just goes, "Ha ha 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 ha, your dick, ha ha." Because there's literally like 100 dick pics on the internet now of just him in different angles. Your dick. And they're terrible angles as well. They're like the worst angles possible.
Oh no!
It's like when you have like the idiot's guide to dick pics. He's just like, "Hang on, let me just put it over here. I'm gonna put it under there, under a bush, and like I'm gonna stand like this." And it was just the funniest thing. But it was just the way that it was like a tsunami of people just saying, "Hang on a minute, no, it was me. Hang on a minute, he did it to me too, and me, and me, and me." And it's just like, oh dear. So yeah, he made national news.
It was funny though because he put out a statement.
Hashtag me too.
Saying that.
Hashtag me too.
And people absolutely ripped into his statement, but it was just how he was like. He sort of wrote in his statement that it was like a mutual thing, and that is because his wife, who's also like a YouTuber, like an artist and a YouTuber, she was like. He was sort of talking about respecting her mental health and stuff like that. And then she was like, "Well, I found out that he was cheating on me and banging this other lass." And then, he basically tried to pin, she was saying that their marriage was breaking down over like a period of like a year. And she was sort of going on about how he was trying to always make it sound like it was her fault.
Yeah.
And that she was the reason why the relationship was breaking down, and like they tried to work through it, but like ultimately he sort of turned around and said, "Oh, I'm leaving because of you, because you can't, you don't have a stable mental health and stuff like this," when she'd done nothing wrong. I mean, you've got to.
She made one mistake. She fucking met that tool and got with him. But other than that, yeah, she's guilt-free. Because I mean,
but like Jess said, you can't believe everything that you just read on first glance. But like by the sounds of it, he twisted her. By the sounds of it, he was the one that fucked her up mentally. Put it on.
Not for nothing. When you have 60+ people sending individualistic dick pics, when you have a portfolio of when you could release a calendar of dick pics, there's something very wrong with you. Yeah, it's like if we could 3D print your dick just from composite photos that you've sent to other women, there's a problem. So he got his. Ha ha.
Have you guys ever sent any dick pics?
Me?
No, I haven't.
Other than my wife, no.
I don't have a phone.
No, I'm talking about to anybody.
What am I sending them on?
Oh,
Okay,
you mean
so
to
I'm
like
the only one.
strangers?
MSN?
To anybody.
Dub does like etchings of it. He like does it in charcoal and watercolors, and then like goes, "Can I have your address, please? I'm going to mail it to you."
I like to do chainsaw carvings of it actually.
Is your dick the chainsaw?
Wood.
I sell them to the elderly in the community. Tell them. they're
Okay,
just
well, I'm not gonna continue
Why,
this
Carl?
story because I feel
Do
weird
you?
now, being the only person that.
Well, the thing
Once.
is, when you grew up in an era where you actually had to show them it, there was no communication tool that could capture it without pixelating. There was no problem. There was no point.
Yeah. No, I've sent some. I just think it's funny as fuck because when you're a dude and you try to send dick pics, you have no idea what the fuck you're doing.
Well,
When you're a chick, you know how to act sexy and shit.
here's how I imagine it.
I imagine it looks like it feels like a.
Yeah, it's like it's fucking weird, man. Like you try to be sexy and then you're
Captain
like,
E.
nah,
Lamont
kinda-
calling in what? What are you calling in? The Coast Guard? What are you doing?
He's calling in. He's calling in the Discord, dude. He's in the Discord. Welcome to the Discord, dude.
Oh, he wants to join chat. Who is
Here for the talk show.
Who is Captain
Who is
Lamont? Does
this?
anyone know him?
I don't know.
I don't recognize him.
Let's see.
Well,
His account was created April 22nd, 2019.
okay. Well, that pretty much sums that one up. Okay, thank you, Captain Lamont. We're not pull me Eon boys.
Should we fuck with him? I feel like we should.
No,
No.
if we do it. No, it's not something I want to be expected. You know what I mean?
This isn't like the My Guys talk show. Well, it is, but it's for the My Guys. Unless you're shaped like a question mark, that it's not for you, my guy. But thanks for volunteering. I mean, what you have to speak to one of our moderators, and they have to do a full comprehensive background check on you. We need to see photographs. We need to see references from at least two
Dick
people
pics,
that aren't
preferably.
direct family. Dick pics, yes, absolutely. That is a must. Left, right, and
chainsaw
front.
carvings do count.
We need bird's eye view, left side, right side. Any kinks, shadows, bends. If it's veiny, if it's
Wait a
not.
minute. He's live right now.
We live. Is he really?
Yeah, he's live right now.
What? Let's go see what's going on here.
Well, this is the
Aw.
third. This is the first.
This is cute.
What?
These four fucking dweebs.
With a whopping one viewer. Tell Mum to go to bed.
What?
He's got one viewer. I'm guessing it's Mum. I don't know.
Yeah. That shit's funny.
That's what my mum does. She watches everything I do. Hi, Mum.
Hi,
Hey.
Mom.
Hey, Mum.
Hey.
No, she doesn't.
See, you joke about that, but my dad actually literally does watch everything that
You know,
we do.
Dad's awesome.
Hey,
It'd
so does my
It'd be
mom.
fucked up
So
if
it's
he lost his
okay.
viewers to it. They were like, damn, dude, these guys seem lit. I'm gonna go over there, dude.
I love the balls on him though. It's just like, let me just drop in
Yeah,
there. Like, we're
dude,
just gonna
you gotta
drag
respect
him
that
in there.
shit.
What's up, brother?
Is
he
I
talking
just
shit,
loved
Cam?
how
What was that, Mike?
I know it's digressing a little bit, but I just loved how my dad would watch my own streams for like, you know, he's been watching them for a few months, and he sort of gives me a little bit of criticism every now and then. But then as soon as I did the My Guys podcast and I went around the next day, he was like, "Fucking brilliant! You got to keep doing that." I was like, "What about my own streams now? Fucking end them. Just do the My Guys."
Oh shit, dude, he's talking mad shit. It's so funny.
What's he saying?
What's up?
He's talking mad. He's like, I was just going in there to talk to these guys so they have somebody that listens. Meanwhile, he's speaking to himself and one other person. It's just like, what? What the fuck?
Oh well. Welcome.
Appreciate the screen time though, dude.
Yeah, welcome to the My Guys fam. You're a fry
He's
officially.
singing now, actually.
Is he still in there?
He's singing. It's quite fun actually to listen to.
Wait, are we still pulled up? He left us, dude.
Aw.
Feels bad.
Aw.
No more screen time, man. No more free screen time on another person's stream.
Did you
Feels
see his
bad.
chat? No, I didn't see any of it. God damn, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. It's gonna be funny.
Oh, I bet.
Did you see his chat? He didn't have a chat.
Did his mom
I
say
bet
like
Jay's
those guys look
gonna-
awesome?
Bet Jay's gonna get a smile from one ear to the other when we talk about the Jeremy Kyle getting out.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Cam said she went in his chat and said, hey, we raised your viewers, GG's.
That's funny as fuck.
Cam, we love you.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh shit.
I like that shit.
GG's. That's funny as fuck. Oh my god, Cam's got the filter as well. Damn, you look like a truck driver. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, Jeremy Kyle.
Yeah,
there was another unfollowing from everybody. A very famous. It's like our version of Jerry Springer got shit canned this week. Not through tragic circumstances. Basically, somebody went on there and had like a lie detector test. He lost it. Well, the lie detector test didn't work in his favor, and then he like killed himself. So
What?
the UK, being the UK, just went, okay, so your program's done. Thanks for turning up. They literally the next day after it happened, they not only did they suspend the show, they pulled every single episode. This show's been on the air for 20 years. They pulled every single episode from like you can't see it anywhere on like the catch up or anything. You can see it on YouTube and stuff, but on the official ITV hub where you can like pick up every fucking episode, gone, disappeared.
Fucking crazy. In the States, they would just make a special about it on that show, and then.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing. It didn't help that it was also Mental Health Week this week, so there was that. So it was extra like oof. But I have personal history with Jeremy Kyle. So when I used to work in radio, I worked at a station called BRB, which is like quite a big radio station. Well, probably the biggest commercial radio station in Birmingham at the time. And he had a show on there called Late Night Love with Jeremy Kyle and Maureen Messent, and he used to talk to like the people he would speak to. He talked to one guy that was into electrocuting himself, and he electrocuted his balls with a Mesquite Electric set and burnt himself quite badly. And then he was like giving him advice on what he was going to do, because he got with a new girl, and the girl wanted to do stuff, and he didn't want to show him his like crusty balls and stuff like that. It was like real fucking crazy radio. Anyway, so they had this competition. The competition was to find a new presenter, but it was for kids. So they had all these kids on there. And they had like this big meet-up. You'd get on stage, you'd say your piece, and then people would vote, and whoever won would get like a contract with the radio station. So this kid comes on, this kid's like nervous as fuck. He goes through the lines, because they've got like pre-prepared lines. He stumbles through it, and Jeremy Kyle takes the microphone. This is a grown-ass man. This kid was like 11, 12. He's like, oh yeah, better luck next time, son. Maybe you could work in McDonald's or something like that. And I'm just like, what a prick. And then he goes, right, we're going to take 5 minutes now. And as he walks off stage, he goes, here you are, fat guy. And he slams the microphone into my chest, because I was doing tech work. So without even skipping a beat, I literally turned and tomahawked this microphone back at Jeremy Kyle, and you just heard of it hitting him in the back. And then that was my last day working for BRB. So that was my. So when I heard that he'd been cancelled, I was obviously distraught. I thought it was terrible, travesty. How dare they remove my hero? So yeah, that prick's
What I want to know is what it is with you throwing things at people. I mean,
know.
Jeremy Kyle got a microphone, and Travis Barker got a bottle of piss.
Yes, that's true.
I mean,
I got
Clown almost got the foot. I mean,
he did. I also almost
What is going on? I see a pattern.
I think it was because I was.
Maybe we shouldn't meet. What are you going to try to hit me with?
Well, here's the thing. So I was the first proper job I ever had. I say proper. First proper job I ever had was I was a juggler. So I was actually a clown in a circus. I actually ran away to join the circus when I was 15 years old. I joined a circus called Circus Marcus in Wombwell, in the middle of fucking north of England. And then I went over to Holland for about 6 months to work with another circus called Our Chaos around Amsterdam. And I've always been able to juggle. I used to juggle fire and knives and chainsaws and stuff like that. So I've always loved like throwing stuff around, and I think that's where I got it from. It's actually ironically it helped me walk again. So when I was learning how to walk after my amputation, juggling was what got me through it, because what happens when you start walking on a leg that isn't yours, obviously, it feels weird. and you really, it's very weird. You're focused on it so much that it actually fucks you up. So what I did was, by juggling 3 balls as I was walking, my brain would automatically switch off and I would start adjusting without thinking about it. So it naturally got me back into a walking pattern. And that's why I was able to leave the hospital without any sticks or walking aids of any kind, which pretty much, even though I've got like the lowest end of the amputee spectrum, you're still losing a fucking leg. So it was still very difficult, but I was able to get through it because I was juggling the whole time. So they would get so pissed off because I was like juggling all sorts of fucking shit. It was just a crazy time. And ironically, the person who taught me how to juggle chainsaws was missing most of his right foot, because when a chainsaw hits the floor, it whips around, and it whipped around and it cut the calf and the part of his heel off his right leg. So yeah, he was. But yeah,
that sounds bad.
And I kind of wish there was still a copy of this back. There's a big like a fundraising event called Children in Need, and back in the it's got to be in like 97, 98. I was at the event, and I was juggling fire next to a presenter, and my mate nudged me. He was like, "Oh, I'll give you a tenner if you can get as close to him as you can without setting him on fire." So I went, "Yeah, I'll take that." So he's a guy called Toby Anstis, who's he used to be a very well-known presenter, and I don't know if he's well-known nowadays, but you can see him going to camera saying, "Yeah, so we've raised £13 million, right? And we're going to be going over to Chris Evans in a little while." And you can just see him kind of looking off camera, and you can just see me like this, like juggling fire and getting closer and closer and closer, and him kind of doing this towards like the camera. It was so fucking funny. But yeah.
Oh man.
I was a cunt when I was younger. I like throwing stuff at people. We want to see Jay juggle. I don't even know what there is to really. Hang on.
You've got soda bottles behind you.
If anything, just have something ready next week to juggle.
You should juggle hot sauce.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
That's what you get.
That was a pretty big dick play right there.
I like that. That's actually the big dick play of the week, guys. Hope everybody enjoyed it.
That was easy.
It was all sketch, dude. It was all planned from the start. Yeah. Daddy was a part of it. We messaged him. We said, make sure you tell Jay to juggle.
If only Captain Lamont was still around.
All right, y'all ready for the big dick play of the week, dude? Because I think Jay's gonna like this one a lot.
I think it's time for the big dick play of the week.
It would be good if we actually. Hang on, why is my mic gone crunchy on you guys? Can you hear that?
No,
that's weird.
I can hear you.
I can hear my headphones. It just sounds a bit crunchy. Hey Petrie, how's it going?
Hey Petrie.
Show it up, Angel.
Have you got the link?
Yeah, I'm gonna plug it up into the share.
Okay. All right. Well, let me switch across. I don't even know if it's ready. Whoa.
I'm gonna pause it.
Jesus.
You're good. I paused it, bro. I gotta put it in and pause it.
Really...
Oh yeah, you're gonna put it in and pause it. Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna put it in and pause it. I'm gonna wait till you guys are ready, and then I'm gonna give it to you hard.
Yeah. All right, James Charles. Jesus Christ.
Just hurry up. I've got things to do.
Wow.
I'm tired.
Oh, wow. Fuck you guys.
I'm not in the mood.
Right. Go for it.
All right, so you guys ready? Here we go. So this is obviously Street Fighter. It's from back in the day. It was a little tournament they threw. It was not a little tournament. It was a huge tournament that they threw, right? I know Jay is a big fan of Street Fighter, and this is a classic big dick play of the tournament, I would say, instead of the week, okay? So here we go. So the way this matchup works is Chun-Li, if I'm not mistaken, I never played a lot of Street Fighter, but Chun-Li was like super OP, and she had like super moves that could basically like fuck your world up.
Very true.
And Ken was not that great, right? So this is a 3-minute video. We got to watch it all so you guys can get the full effect here. So this is match 1. It's best 2 of 3, of course. We'll see how it goes down. A little bit of poking out here, a little bit of poking out, a little bit of poking out, a little bit of footsies. Okay, let's see who gets the first hit here. All right, Chun-Li gets the first hit. Oh, a little back and forth action. Get the fuck out of the way, dudes in the front. We're trying to record this shit for future reference. So we're looking good. There's a little bit of touchy-feely going on. Again, first round of potentially 3. First 1 to 2 wins. Still a lot of touchy-feely going. Okay, here comes a super. Lands it. Okay. Looking good. Hits him with the taunt. A little bit of the disrespect. So that's a bit of a big dick play right there in itself. So this man's feeling confident, dude. He's feeling real good about himself. Looking like he's going to take this first round. And he does. Hits him with the KO. So Ken is up 1-0. Chun-Li's got to come back. She got to fire back, bro. But a lot of fighting games, they'll like learn. So look, automatically coming back hard, hitting the combos really, really strong. Probably 40% combo here.
Oh, you fucked up.
Ken over here just not being able to hit shit, dude. He's fucking flopping. That taunt, he's getting the immediate bad karma here. Boom. Easy money for Chun-Li, dude. So now it's 1-1. This is the game decider right here, dude. Final round. Let's see what happens. A little bit of poking and feeling going on still here.
Oh.
Ah, shit. Here comes Chun-Li's super. OP, that's another 40% combo. Got him in the corner. Backs are off a little bit here. A little bit of sweeping. A little bit of sweeping the floors here. Another combo. That's another 40%. I want you guys to keep an eye on Ken's health right here, okay? Just keep an eye on that health bar that Ken has. That's going to be on your top left there. It's looking like a surefire lose. Like, this is... He's getting poked. He's probably like 2 hits away from death here.
He's been saving that super.
A little bit of a comeback here. I like this shit. A little bit of comeback. Literally 1 pixel now at his health. Check his health.
Oh, holy shit.
So if he gets hit by anything, wait.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
Bro.
Wow.
So a little bit of backstory, because I had to figure out why everybody was freaking the fuck out, right? A little bit of backstory. With him being at 1 pixel, there is chip damage in this game, meaning if you get hit even when you're blocking,
Yep.
you still take
Still
damage.
Take damage, yep.
So you still take damage. In that scenario, if he would have not perfect parried every single move in her super attack, he would have died.
Yeah.
So he perfect parried every move and counter attack to win the game.
Yeah, so literally for every pixel advance that Chun-Li had, he had to time that parry each and every time for each spin of that kick motion. That's I mean, it's hard as fuck to do one. Especially when you've got 1 pixel of health and she's in the middle of her super combo. So that guy won everything. That guy should have fucking Actually, guy should have quit right there and then. Goes, yep, thank you very much. I won. I'm retiring. Thank you very much. Competitive Street Fighter. You can suck my dick. I'm going now. Bye bye.
Yeah.
So boom, big dick play of the week, dude. That
was a great one.
That man fucking pulled it out.
Yeah,
that was a great big
slapped
dick
Chun-Li
play.
across the face with it. That's what he did. That's exactly what he fucking
Very
did.
nice.
That shit.
I like that. Right. So we'll do a bit of reaction, but there's a couple of things. So there's something I want to do. I want to do a comparison because I don't know if you guys know. There's a lot of remakes, as there are, because no one has any original ideas anymore. Now, I don't know how much experience you guys have had with a particular film called Child's Play. Has anyone seen the original 1988 film about a Chucky
Not
doll?
the original. I've seen some of the sequels. though.
Okay, so you know the premise. You know the premise of it. So what I want to do is I want to show the original first, and I want to show the remake. Personally speaking, I mean, we had a thing called video nasties back in the day, which essentially were exactly that. They were banned films that people would get hold of, and we had this very firm tradition in the UK of showing kids horror movies, like young kids. Like I
can attest to that.
There you go. Mike can attest to it for me. So basically, I remember watching Aliens when I was 6 years old. And my uncle, I used to go around to my uncle's house. My uncle's a bit of a kook anyway, but he was like, we could show you Blackadder. We could watch all these sort of things. But he goes, no, Aliens. That's a science fiction film. That'd be great, wouldn't it? I got to the chest burst fucking scene and then ran out of the room screaming. And then I don't think I slept for a week after that. So yeah. So this was a film. I mean, and I watched Chucky when I was, I think I was 11 or 12, and scared the absolute shit out of me. I'm not a fan of the film itself because I just have very deep-rooted problems with this film in general.
Yeah.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it up real quick, and then we'll do it. So let me just switch over to the React, and let me just
my just whilst you're bringing that up, my mum's best friend used to we stayed over at her house and we ended up watching The Shining when I was like,
oh fuck
I must have been like 7.
I don't like watching that as an adult, let alone a fucking kid. Jesus.
UK adults just like trolling their kids.
Why is that a thing? Like,
do you know what it was? It was because I think it was something to do with just the way things were in like the 80s and 90s. I think it was you used to go to the video shop or the VHS store, whatever you want to call it, Blockbuster, whatever. And then, hang on, I've just noticed that everyone's fucking tiny. I forgot to change that one over. Hang on.
Mm-hmm. I never told you about my penis size. Thank you very much.
Well, I do have access to social media, sir. So
that's right. It's all the pics that are floating around. You don't know.
Yeah, you type in the Mike.
I mean,
James,
there's the you're about as short as Chucky in real life.
There's the Mike James experience, and there's the Mike James experience. So there's
Yeah.
Depends on which one you want to go with. So this is the original 1988 version of Child's Play. I want to see what you guys think of this.
Wait, what the fuck? It's not playing on mine.
It's playing on mine.
Let me refresh.
Everyone has a birthday.
Yeah, let me pause. I gotta bump up the volume on this anyway. It's a little quiet on my end. Just bring it up a little bit.
Wait, what the fuck is going on here?
You good? Chucky's my fave. Hi Cam. Hey Angel. I'm Chucky in real life.
Wait, why is my shit like going all up? What the fuck?
What's up?
Are you playing?
No,
just tell me when you're playing it.
We'll play
my
it.
shit's like
Always
fucking up.
remember.
Is it good now? It's playing.
No, mine's starting at the beginning.
Hang on. Let me.
Oh, there it is. We're
got
good
it?
now.
You
We're
sure?
good. Sorry.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
Mhm.
You really sure?
Yes. Maybe.
Hi, I'm Chucky. He's something, isn't he?
This.
Yeah, that's
That
right.
looks like my first girlfriend, actually.
Time for
The doll or the little boy? What we do?
No, the doll.
And not for
Blue eyes.
not for nothing. Not for nothing. But would you ever, as a kid, be okay sleeping next to something that looked like that?
Fuck no.
No.
Fuck no.
Mike, would you be all right with that?
No.
I would.
No.
Cam, you're just
You
sick.
can see that he's not okay with that, dude.
Yeah, even him in the movies, like, get this fucking plastic abomination away from me. I
Yeah,
don't
look
want
at his
nothing to do with
eyes,
it.
dude. He's fucking terrified. He's like, I don't want that shit next to me.
Obviously, Cam shows
Fuck
her
this
true
noise.
colours and like, I want one. Let me get one.
Go ahead.
Who the hell kisses something like that?
You've drunk before.
We have the same color eyes.
Chucky's my spirit animal.
Everyone knows.
That little fucker's quick.
Accidents happen at home.
How did that
I
happen?
love the movie guy voice in this.
This is no accident.
I'm Detective Mike Norris. Homicide. Miss Peterson's dead, Miss Barkley. She fell from your kitchen window.
Someone's moved in with the Barkley family. And so has terror.
Mommy, I know who was on the counter. Andy. Who, Andy? Chucky.
Nobody believes you about Chucky. He came alive in my hand.
Oh, for God's sake.
Why won't you believe me?
Because I'm sane. Mrs. Barkley, sane and rational.
No one believes the truth. Or lives to tell it. There's nothing nice about murder.
Here's
There's
Johnny.
nothing innocent about child's play.
So that was the original, and bearing in mind, I saw that at a very young age. So who watching that and goes, you know what, My kids have fucking love that. But anyway, side note, just before we watch the up to date one, when I went to see Detective Pikachu, there was in Canada, in actual fact, there was a cinema where boys and girls and moms and dads all sat down ready to watch Detective Pikachu, and the moms wanted to see Ryan Reynolds, and the dads and the kids wanted to see the Pokemon and Pikachu and all this, that, and the other. And then the cinema played a horror movie. So they watched, all the kids in the cinema watched a trailer for the Child's Play update, which is what twigged me in the first place. And then they watched a couple of other trailers. And there was a guy in there tweeting at the time just saying, "Oh, great, now they're all crying." It's just like, he was like tweet updating. It's this whole thing.
Yeah, they were watching that movie, what is it, La something?
La Lorna or something.
Yeah, and like the first 5 minutes is like a mom drowning her kid in the bathtub.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
Gosh.
So this,
and that's what the kids were there. They're like, "Where's Pikachu at?"
Yeah. So this is the remake. Okay. So this is the official trailer for the update. Actually, no, this is an advert. I think. No, it isn't.
Bruh.
No, it isn't.
It's not an advert. Okay.
Nope.
Understood. Loved.
GG's Canada.
Your new best friend.
About my best friend.
Well, I like that actress a lot.
Yeah, she's fucking funny as shit.
So that's a good sign.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Chucky?
I'm in.
Yep.
I'm down. That looks good.
I think so. That was actually like, there's another trailer too, right?
Yeah, there's a second one. I think there's a
Yeah, the second one like shows like how they're updating it a lot, and I like what they're doing with it, dude. Like I like a lot what they're doing with it.
Is this the other one, I guess?
I think so.
Yeah, this is the one that I
This
saw.
is really tough, but this was supposed to be a new start for us, remember? You said you were going to try to make new friends.
Classic tale, one man and his kid.
All of your Caslin products and smart home devices. Introducing your new best friend.
What are your issues with it, Cam? Yep.
He
Thanks.
looks creepy as fuck.
That's when you burn it with fire.
Mom, I need to tell you something, and I need you to believe me. I think Chucky did something.
Andy, if you know something,
I'm getting a big Saw vibe right now.
With Chucky.
Buddy can connect to and control all of your Caslin products.
Chucky is a toy.
He could be anywhere.
Welcome to Caslin Cars.
When technology attacks.
We have to.
Right. Jesus.
Oh my god, that face.
good night, Andy.
Who's playing Chucky actually? Who is the actor that's playing him?
I had no idea.
It's Mark Hamill.
Is it Mark Hamill?
It's Mark Hamill?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
I just shit my pants.
Let's go.
Yo, I saw Mark Hamill's face pop up. I
I'm
was like,
in. I'm 100% in now, dude. I was already in, but now I'm super in.
I just
man.
shit my pants and got an erection all at once. What the fuck's going on here?
But what I like
He
that
went
they're
this
doing is they're
way.
like going, they're going like super like up to date. They're basically making it where like, oh, Chucky's this doll, but it can also help you out with controlling your
Yeah.
home thermostat and stuff like that.
It's giving me a real mixture of Black Mirror and Saw, that kind of
Yeah.
vibe. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I like the original. Well, I don't like the original. I hate the original, but I appreciate the original. But This is all kind. And now I know Mark Hamill's fucking voicing it. That's terrifying. He has one of the scariest voices of all time.
True. What were you saying, Mike?
I was just thinking, so they're trying to make it sound like it's like AI gone bad in
essentially,
the modern one, but the older one was just a spirit of a serial killer.
That's right.
Yep. In the Toy Story.
Didn't Eminem voice Chucky in one of the movies?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Maybe one of the newer ones.
I'm real skeptical.
Hang on, wait there. Eminem, Child's Play. This could turn out disastrous.
It might have been one of the newer ones where it was like Chucky or.
I could have sworn it was like the Bride of Chucky or some shit like that. It was
maybe that's the like, but they got so memey.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I mean?
It was rough.
They got to the point where they were just goofy as fuck.
Right.
Ironically, as well, there is actually a new trailer for the new series of Black Mirror, but they're only doing 2 episodes. I mean, I don't know if you guys watch much of Black Mirror at all.
I've seen most of the Black Mirror.
Yeah, my favorite of all is the social media one from last season. I think it was. It was where they all have the app and they judge each other on their appearances, and then you get in certain places in life.
Yeah,
that was fucking amazing at that. And there was the original series where you had our prime minister at the time having to fuck a pig in order to save the life of the princess, which was a very poignant one because it's kind of feels like we're having that at the moment with Brexit. But anyway, I'm not okay with the futuristic aspect of it at all. Like Mike said, he was the spirit of a serial killer, not a fucking iRobot having ass. Okay, all right. You tell us how you feel. Don't hold back, Cam.
Yeah.
You just let us know. Yeah.
Right.
Jesus.
I don't know because
sounds like you're holding on to something.
Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, I'm not a particularly big fan of the original Chucky series, and I probably won't ever watch the new movie, to be honest, because I'm not a huge horror fan. But I'm kind of inclined to agree with Cam. Like, I feel like they've tried too hard to make like a contemporary version of it. Like, I feel like they tried far too hard. Like, I do agree with Cam. I think it would have been better if they just, like, you know, brought it up to date but kept it, you know, quite supernatural rather than
kind of like how they did with it.
Because this kind of just feels like somebody turned around and went, oh, I really want to make Terminator, but I want to make it like a horror. You know what I'm saying? So, oh yeah, I know what we can do. We can make it where AI goes bad. But instead of it in like Arnold Schwarzenegger and going, I'll be back, let's put it inside a little child's doll and make that the start of fucking D-Day.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is like, I respect, like, I don't think it's a bad, like, I respect the original, but as far as what they're doing to kind of update the movie and make it more relevant for like nowadays, I can respect that too.
And I also want to say you're comparing Skynet to one of the, because I doubt the aspect of the movie is that each and every Chucky doll does this.
I mean, we've only seen a trailer, you know what I mean?
But assuming it's not, because of how every other Chucky movie has gone so far, I mean, that I guess is where the aspect of what makes it more original to Chucky, because it's not the whole brand of these dolls is taking over every home and every family, and that's what Skynet was. Because Skynet, but the Terminator was one robot against robots. You know, I don't see a Chucky doll standing up and, hey,
but
let's
also
take these Chucky dolls down.
But also, Skynet was part of the lore of the entire franchise of Terminator. So whereas I don't see them going down that route with Chucky. I mean, you could have. I mean, essentially, it's like the Gremlins effect. I mean, where it was all Gremlins did this. If you fed every Gremlin, which was a massive plot hole, because how the fuck does anyone know what after midnight? It's after midnight somewhere. I don't understand that. And does it mean that you can only feed it? When does it reset? When does the reset of not feeding them happen? I never understood that at all. I never got that.
5 a.m. Everybody knows that it's 5 a.m.
Yeah,
it's not 5 a.m. Sure.
No,
where have you didn't get that? You didn't get that?
No,
email?
I didn't get that email.
It's 5 a.m.
The only reason why I said that because there was a point in one of those trailers where it looked like a drone was flying around and had a red light
Well,
on
yeah,
it.
that
Look, I
aspect
know.
that aspect was
No,
weird
yeah.
because it had like a thermostat on there, and it was like I think it was going down the lines of we live in an automated world, and now our children's toys has become automated. So it's about an AI factor. So I mean, it could be. I mean, I hope they don't go down that route because that would be really shit.
And that's part of the reason I argued against it is because I really hope that's not what happens.
That'd be
But
terrible.
what other route can they go down though? Because if it's not the AI going bad, then it's just going to be somebody hacking the
Well, no,
toy.
well, it could be the
know,
fact that it could be down to the fact that it's the company behind the toy is a company that automates everything. So they do automated cars, they do automated thermostats and everything else. It could be that because this doll is tapped into the network, it then has the ability to then take it over, which in itself is kind of stupid, but I'll hold judgment until I actually see it. But
I mean, the thing is they could honestly they could still do a thing where it was like, even if they did this like a remake, but it was years later, even after all the Chuckies, right? Like after the originals. And they were like, oh no, we probably shouldn't fuck with that. And then somebody's like, no, we can make money off of this shit. Let's rebrand it.
But don't you also?
And then,
but don't you also? Would a complete remake be the stupidest thing in the world? If they did a like beat for beat complete copy of the original, they have to. The thing is that they're trying to do is they're trying to attract a new kind of audience. So they're giving you a fresh spin. This is the whole thing about the whole Ghostbusters thing, because I get the outrage about it. I was not happy with it either, but I'm just not going to watch it. It's like it doesn't affect my world of Ghostbusters. It just that I know there's one movie that I'll never watch again of that series. So I suppose this will be that kind of anomaly. But what I wanted to really do is I wanted to play for anyone out there that does not know Mark Hamill's chops as a voice-over artist. Everyone knows him as Luke Skywalker, even the fuckers over there that don't watch the Star Wars movies. But there is Mark Hamill has been the long-time voice of the Joker, and longer than anyone else, and one of the biggest
live action or not.
One of the biggest talked about things about Mark Hamill's Joker is everyone wishes that Mark Hamill wasn't as old as he is, because he could play possibly the most terrifying Joker we've ever seen on film.
Hands down.
If he was, I mean, if you think of Jack Nicholson, I mean, Jack Nicholson was a great Joker. Don't get me wrong; he was kind of perfect for that kind of Keaton to bounce off Keaton. In the original kind of Batman motion picture, but part of me does kind of think, what if Hamill was the Joker back then? How could it have evolved? How could it have been? So on and so forth. But anyway, so this is from a monologue, which is synonymous with anyone that's ever watched the animated series of Batman. But I'll leave it up to him. Just close your eyes and imagine a Joker with this.
And I look forward to killing Joke.
Oh, yeah. You know about that? I'm telling you. Be careful what you wish for. Because I kept saying, when Joker was over for me, I said, you know what we ought to do? Is we ought to do Killing Joke. And the thing is, it's not for kids. And I really apologize. It's rated
as it should
R. Oh, thanks, Chelsea.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch it. I haven't seen it.
But it's really mean and nasty. And by the way, for you Alan Moore fundamentalists, of which I am one, it's not, because I thought of it as a book on tape, where we can do every single word, right? And just do music and sound effects. Because Alan Moore doesn't like anything that they do. V for Vendetta, they didn't like Watchmen. It's just, he's a perfectionist. So he's going to hate Killing Joke, but Killing Joke is embedded in a larger story that I can tell you involves Batgirl and Batman. And like I say, it's...
all right, hurry up. Get on with it.
It's earned its R rating. I mean, they really did it like the book, and I can only tell... Kids will come up to me and say, oh, I'm so excited for the Killing Joke. I said, don't you watch that. Because it got progressively weirder and harsher as we got into the video games. Here's a quote from Killing Joke. Memories so treacherous,
One moment you're lost in a carnival of delights with the poignant childhood aromas, the flashing neon of puberty, all that sentimental candy floss. The next, it leads you somewhere you don't want to go, somewhere dark and cold and filled with the damp, ambiguous shapes of things you'd hope were forgotten. Memories can be vile, repulsive little brutes. Like children, I suppose.
God damn. It's so fucking good.
Oh yeah.
It gave me
He
chills.
just gets into it so much.
He just is. He is that character. He just made. No one can fuck with him when it comes to that character. It's the thing. There's the people that love the movies of the Joker, and they'll always go back to like kind of the Dark Knight, depending on your age, or they'll go back to. Everyone kind of just brushes over the Suicide Squad, but the when it comes to the animated season, no one comes close to Hamill. Nobody comes close. I mean, even the Arkham games. He's just a fucking legend.
Absolutely.
No one can embody that laugh. No, absolutely. I think he would bring. The thing that I loved about the Dark Knight was he brought the true and the anachronistic nature of the Joker out. He really did that in the Dark Knight.
Absolutely.
And
what's his name? Jesus, it's leaving me right now.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, no worries. And he was. It was I mean, obviously him dying left a really weird note on the whole thing, but remove that, and he still made it was still an incredible fucking role, and he made it his own, and he made it very difficult for anybody to follow.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. I think that's a lot of the reason why no matter who played Joker in Suicide Squad, it was already kind of doomed.
I mean,
because he put on such a fucking clinic with that movie, dude. Like, you're just watching the movie and you're like,
I love Jared Leto.
Like, this
as an
is
actor.
it.
I love Jared Leto as an actor, and I think it was more the script that fucked him than the actual.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all. Yeah,
no, not in the slightest. I think that it was just a very weird movie in general, but. And that's why I'm kind of intrigued by Joaquin Phoenix, because Joaquin Phoenix is obviously taking it to a very, very, very dark place. But I don't know. Mike?
I love Joaquin Phoenix anyways, ever since, what was that movie? Was that it? Her?
Oh, shit.
Did you guys ever watch that?
I did watch that. That's a great fucking
Mike, you ever seen that movie?
What's it called?
Her?
Her.
H-E-R?
Let me have a look.
It was about Siri, wasn't it? Or a Siri-esque kind of...
Yeah, it's like artificial intelligence.
I know the film that you're talking about. I haven't seen it properly, though.
You should... That's honestly one you could watch with your fiance, man.
Yeah, actually,
like, that's one of those that... It's a romantic movie. I watched it by myself because I'm forever alone, but I even still got a kick out of it. You know what I mean?
Fuck, man, that's such a savage thing to say. The way you just brush that aside. I'm always alone.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm not ashamed of it.
But I'm nothing to be ashamed of. I'll watch a movie with you over Skype. We can do it. It'll be fine.
Nice.
There'll be no breach of copyright law. Cam says his laugh is supposed to invoke fear and cringe and all that, and no one has ever gotten that clown as well as him, as Hamill. I agree, 100%. Yeah. Oh, my audio's just changed really weirdly.
Twitch Tinder for Kyle. Oh my god.
Twitch Tinder. Is there such a thing?
Dude, I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna set a night.
Oh, what, a live Tinder session with you just swiping left?
A live, yeah.
Technically, there is a Tinder on Twitch. There's that talk show, that dating talk show that's run by
what?
Oh, he's a
Raj.
Yeah, Raj. Yeah. There was an ex Yamfam member, and I say ex because he's not in the team anymore because he was kicked out.
Hang on, Raj Patel, wasn't it that prick that I was talking to you about, Cam, the other week that was being a complete douchebag? Ah, there we go. I know who he is. Yes.
Yeah, Raj. Yeah, Raj has one of the people that works on planning his guests and things. He used to be in the Yamfam, and a couple of us, me included, almost end up on one of his things. But But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's him that does a show, like a dating talk show, where they get like 3 or 4 like really good looking girls, women, and they put 2 guys on, and then they ask them questions and stuff.
Yeah, it's called King in the Hill.
Oh, fuck that in the ear.
Dude, we should do that.
I would
for
rather
me.
chew.
No. I'm gonna do that shit. I'm gonna have you guys on my little.
I would rather chew
Tinder Tuesdays.
my leg off than fucking participate in that pit of despair.
All right, well, I'll just do it by myself.
Raj Patel was on a podcast with a lot. I think he was on. I think it's the one that Greek goes on as well. But anyway, they were talking to some. I don't even. This thing. I'm so disconnected from this entire world. I happened upon it and just watched it for 5 minutes, and then wanted to punch the screen. So I was like, yeah, that's me. Trainwrecked. That's it. Trainwrecked. Podcast where he was just basically talking about how many sub counts they had, and how that he was like the hottest guy, and then he got really offended because the girl that was on didn't like him and fancied another guy on the panel. It was just like this guy must have like a 1/2-inch dick. It's that kind of like, yeah, just like
overcompensation,
like a mouse wearing a Rolex sweater. That's his fucking. That's how.
That's enough of that.
That's what we're working with. Like, yeah.
Well, so Mike, do you have a review for us this week?
Oh yeah, Amazon review. Yeah, do we have one?
I do actually.
He's back.
He's
back at it again.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Jay. I got you.
I hope he didn't mind. Fuck off. We are co-hosts after all. I did fill in for you last week, and I did some very dark short ones, which I kind of afterwards I read them back, and I was like, I really shouldn't have read that.
That's what we were thinking the whole time you were reading.
I was like,
right.
I really. It was all about
we're
unicorn.
glad to have you back, Mike.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you back.
We're so happy you're back, Mike.
Fuck you guys.
Well,
last time I'm on this godforsaken podcast.
I don't know if I'm coming back strong with this one, but I feel like this is one. I feel like this is one that's probably funnier if people were to read it themselves. But I will read it out anyway.
On that screen.
Yeah, I know, that's what I saw. I've seen it. Thanks, Dub.
So, so yeah, we're gonna kickstart this Amazon review, and it's actually, I know a lot of people will be aware of the book series, which is Insert Title for Dummies. And this is a review left on English Grammar for Dummies by Nikolai Krasensky. And he gave it 5 stars and said, "Is best book!" ! Comma. So already you know that it's going to be.
He obviously read English Grammar for Dummies.
Yeah. Yep. So he then put. So this review is from English Grammar for Dummies paperback. When I first come to America, comma, my English did cause me problems. Full stop. In Soviet Russia, I was strong teacher, comma. My English, I know, is the best in all of Petropavlovsk, full stop. My brother, comma, Mikhail, comma, he said to me, comma, speech marks, Nikolai, you go to America, they make you rich like Caesar, comma, take many women as lover, comma,
oh my God.
Kill many bear, ending quote.
Bears?
My brother, comma, he is very wise, comma. It is greatest toy maker in all of Russia, full stop. So next day, I wake up, comma, sell my house, comma, say goodbye to wife and children, comma, and go to America to become millionaire, full stop.
Oh, damn it.
Then in America, comma, I go to job interview and they say to me, Nikolai, comma, you are not for the job here, comma. You are not skills we need, comma. Your English is poor like child. Ending quote. I take that man and smash his table, comma. I say, someday I will be greatest man in all of country, comma. Your children will wish me their father, exclamation mark, ending quote. Full stop. That day my anger is best of me. Full stop. It wished me their father, exclamation mark. It is, then, I know, I must learn better English, comma. So I buy book, English Grammar, It Is for Dummies, by Mr. Woods, full stop. Now I am perfect English grammar, exclamation mark. I write letter to Mikhail, comma. He writes back, Nikolai, your English is very good, comma. You will be millionaire soon. Exclamation mark. All of Petropavlovsk is proud for you, exclamation mark. Good luck, brother. Please send letter when you are president or maybe even Caesar. Ha 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 ha. Also, comma, your wife is killed by bear. So I say thanks.
Yeah.
For his book. When I am Caesar, your family will be spared. Ha 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 ha. In brackets, this is joke. Full stop. So yeah, apparently this book is very, very good for teaching you commas. Apparently, there's literally a comma, 2 commas in every single sentence.
I like this.
And the funniest part is on the front of the book it says, "Learn to get down to basics with the rules of English grammar, improve your writing and verbal communication skills, brush up your proofreading abilities, and improve your academic performance and results."
Well, here, I don't know. I mean, that was a fabulous review, but I thought your pseudo Russian accent was fucking beautiful. It was like every now and again it would just pop up. Like, your wife was killed by bear.
Well, I was in that state of mind where I was thinking, do I just go out, like go full out, like attempt Russian and be like, Nikolai, you go to America, they make you rich like Caesar.
Dude, that's pretty dead on, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that accent at all.
He spent a lot of time with Roman in GTA 4 is what happened.
Yeah, isn't it just? I mean, it's different. Is it? Yeah, go on. Sorry, Mike. Go on.
I was just gonna say, I was thinking about doing that, but then I was like,
Well, dude, you should absolutely do that.
And then I was thinking, what are the implications of me being called out for being racist here? So I let it seep through very, very subtly, but tried to keep it English.
I love how different different countries just treat language. Like Russia, like Eastern European in general, is like super blunt. There's no chill with them at all. It's just like if you're gonna call you something, they're gonna call you something. And the same with South African. I once met this guy. I was at a party called Andris. He's from Johannesburg. And he's talking to me. He goes, this baddie of mine, right? He goes, we went to this safari park and he got ran over by elephant. He was very sad. And I'm just kind of stood there going, what the fuck are you talking? It's like this is literally the first thing he ever said to me. It's like, okay, cool. You knew a place and a guy got run over by an elephant. My name's Jay. I'm from Britain. Pleased to meet you. He's like, kind of, okay. There's no kind of like, this is what I do. I like long walks along the beach and watching my friends get trampled by elephants. But yeah.
Something funny just happened. I can actually tell you guys kind of how like me and my dad communicate.
Dick pics?
I have a very tight. No, it's not dick pics. We do have a tight. Like I have a very tight relationship with my. Yeah, we have a very tight.
It's tight. It's tight.
So my dad sends this picture. The caption is Taylor Swift working a gas grill at a vegan cookout. How do you cram so much annoying shit into one picture? And it's Taylor Swift on a grill.
What is she doing?
And I responded,
a vegan grill?
I guess, yeah. And I responded by saying, fuck you, I love Taylor Swift.
Oh, yes, I forgot about it.
And he said, oh, sorry, I thought we were in agreement on that annoying cunt.
I love your dad so much.
Are you even my dad?
His dad sounds very American.
Yeah, America. We're in America.
America.
We spoke about Taylor Swift the other day. Remember me and you were talking about Taylor Swift the other day, and I said something because I can't stand Taylor Swift, and I said something, and he switched on me so fast. It was.
Yeah.
I bet.
He was like,
we don't fuck with T Swift.
We were breaking balls and stuff, and then all of a sudden it was like, listen, motherfucker, you can say what you like about League, but leave T Swift out of it.
Shit about my girl.
That's right. You leave T Swift out of it.
No, it's funny because like my mom, I meme everybody. Like my dad gets my memes, and he'll just like LOL at me. And like I just asked him if I was adopted, and he said LOL. And
the fuck.
And so like my mom doesn't get my memes at all. So like one time it was coming up on Dad's birthday, and she was like, "Hey, what should we get your dad for his birthday?" And I said, "Let's get him a hooker." And she said,
"Wow,
okay."
Wow.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea.
And
Your
then
mom
there was
sounds cool.
Yeah,
Right.
she's cool with that.
Did you get it on sale? Do you have coupons?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And there was another time I screenshot
Best
these
Buy.
because our fucking conversations are funny as fuck. There was
Buy an
another
hour,
time
get an
that,
hour.
there was another time that Dad texted me and he said, "Guess what your old man's getting?" And I said, "A blowjob." And he said, "No, fucker, I don't get those anymore."
Wow. Do you know what? Has your dad got a webcam? I think we might find a guest for next week. Get your dad.
Yeah. Actually, when I upgraded my computer, I gave him my gaming laptop.
Boom.
Well,
there we go.
You're in charge of finding the guests.
You are
so-
officially in charge of our guest next week. So
I'll try to talk him into it. See, the thing about my dad is he's like, I'll be like, "Dad, all the guys want you on the podcast next week," and he'll be like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do that." And I'm like, "Yeah, we all want you on." He's like, "No, I won't be very good. I'll just, it's I'm not gonna do it."
We're not very.
just tell him we've already got an old.
Right.
Just tell him we've already got an old person on the podcast. He'll be fine. I'm
Yeah.
sure I'm not far off your dad's age anyway. As much as that
Yeah.
pains me. Quite
Yeah,
literally, I think I'm having a heart attack.
My dad's in his 50s. He's old as shit.
Well, here's the thing. I have a very weird relationship with my mom. Fuck you. Don't think I don't notice these things. I may not mention it. Oh, hang on. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
You're quiet.
Oh, what the fuck's going on there? Hang on 1 second.
You did go a little quiet there.
Hang on.
Yeah, dude, my family's crazy, man. I love them.
Am I still quiet?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just yell.
Yeah, just yell for the rest of the podcast.
Just wake the neighbors up.
I'm not yelling.
Oh yeah, it's nighttime for you guys. I've still got I've still got sunshine.
Yeah, me too, dude.
Yeah, it's 10 to 1. It's 10 to 1 in the morning for us.
Feels late, man.
Okay, that should be better. Does it sound better?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay. Right, anyway. No, I was just going to say about...
Unfortunately, this asshole back.
Yeah, fuck you. I was going to say about... I have a very weird relationship with my mom. So my mom, whenever she comes to visit, she's shit with technology. And I used to be a mobile phone engineer, so I would always hack her phone whenever she would come over. It doesn't matter if she had fingerprint protection on it. It doesn't matter if she had a PIN code. I'm getting through that shit. And I would basically go on her Facebook and I would put like the most disgusting filth. So I'd be like... one time I was like, "Oh, I'm in London town. Who fancies a gangbang? I'm down. I'll see you at Camden at 9 o'clock." And then I'd put her Facebook on silent and then turn off notifications, and she'd come back and there'd be like 50 fucking messages on there of all these people. It's the fucking funniest thing. My mom hates me.
One time I changed my mom and dad's like, how you can go into their phones and do like autocorrect.
Yeah.
Well, I went into my mom's, and when I typed in no, and instead of no, it said hell fucking yeah, dude. So they were like out of town for like a beach weekend. Like they went out for like a weekend, like a little parent getaway. And I was by myself at the house, and I was like, "Hey mom, I think I'm gonna throw a party tonight. Is that cool?" Like 20 people. And of course she typed in no and hit send, and it said hell fucking yeah, dude. Yeah, and I was like, all right, sweet, man. Just like, no. What I'm trying to say is hell fucking yeah, dude. And I was like, all right, cool, I got it. Like, shit.
That's good. See,
eventually I had to call her because she was getting real upset.
that's funny. When I used to party with my buddies, we used to sit around having drinks and stuff. They'd leave their phones laying around, take off to the pisser or something. If I had a good amount of time, I would swap contact names with other contact names. So they had
That's the best, dude.
They had like a solid week of calling the wrong people and giving people the wrong names.
That's so cunty.
Yeah, dude. I like that shit.
I once
I
gave
love doing shit like
I once
that.
gave one of my friends' phones away. We were walking. We went to a show and we got split up. But I had his phone. I don't know how it happened. Just how it happened. And we're trying to find him. And I remember trying to call him. The reason I realised I had his phone was because I was trying to call him and wondering why my fucking pocket was vibrating. I was like, "What the fuck's this going on?" Pulled it out, got his phone. So I got so irate that I just went, "Here, you have it," and just basically put it in somebody's hand, and I looked so aggressive doing this. The person just went, "Oh, okay, fine," and just kept walking. Just went, "Fuck it." And before I realized it, when he actually turned up, he goes, "Oh, you got my phone?" I was like, "Dude, no, I haven't got your phone. I haven't seen it." He's like, "I gave you my phone." I went, Nope, didn't have it. Don't remember it.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it was. I was a bastard when I was younger.
It wasn't me.
I'm also pissed on my friends from a great height as well. But that's just
what?
Yeah, there was maybe that.
Don't act like you're just gonna brush over pissing on your friends.
Maybe that requires a tad more context. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
like, oh, I pissed on my friends, but no big deal. Let's keep it moving here.
So there's a pub, a bar, a pub. You know what pubs are.
Yeah.
And basically it was a punk pub. So I used to drink literally nothing but diesel, which is cider lager mixed together with blackcurrant, or you guys don't have blackcurrant, but like grape cordial with it. It tastes disgusting, but it fucks you up. And it was notorious that the pub would get really full, and the queues for the toilet were just ridiculous. And the pub had like this enormous like beer patio, and then you had a balcony that went into. So you had a bottom bar and a top bar, and then you had the kind of balcony and the thing. And I was waiting for a piss for like the longest time. I was like, "Fuck this!" So I just kind of walked out, and I was going to piss into a bottle, but I just knew that I'd got enough that there was no bottle in the world that was going to retain all this. So. Then I had some friends. They weren't with me at the time, but I was friendly with them, and they were sat on the table literally just down below me. So I, being as drunk as I was, just literally sidled up to the to the balcony and just pissed directly onto them from the balcony.
Oh my god, you were a dickhead.
Here was my rationale. This is how drunk I was. So here's me going, well, they're gonna be really upset, but when they turn around and see it's me, they'll be like, "Ray, but no, they didn't do that at all. They didn't do that at all. They were just went, "Who is this fucking arsehole who's pissing on me? Oh, look, I actually know the fucking arsehole that's pissing on me." So, yeah. And I also got barred from the pub for doing that as well, but it is what it is.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
The other time I actually got barred from the pub before, but it's because I jumped into the canal. Because I had this thing about water whenever I was really drunk. I had to get into water, whether it be a fountain, a canal, whatever. And the canals in Birmingham are not very sanitary at all. So I jumped in the canal, everything on me. I didn't have a phone at the time, but like money, wallet, everything. And then got back out of the canal, and there's like literally like silt, dirt coming out of my shoes from all the fucking muck in the canal. Walked straight back into the pub, went to the bar and went, "Pint of beer, please." Went, and then just slapped this like soaking wet note on the table.
Oh no!
It's like immediately like, get the fuck out of here. So, yeah.
Mike, you gotta get. I want to hear everybody's drunk stories, dude. I want to hear dumb.
This is not the place.
Yeah,
I love that. Dub's like going, "I've got to call my lawyer, make sure it's all okay, see if the NDA is still in effect."
I refuse to incriminate myself.
Is that sheep still alive? Well, fuck that sheep.
Well,
Mike's
actually, you know what? I am going to tell you a drunk story, because this one still.
I've got one I can safely tell.
Still makes me cry to this day, to be honest. So,
oh no.
Before I got with Ashley, who's my fiance, I used
that
to
I love very much.
Yes,
right.
I love very much. I actually used to be a huge sort of diva whenever I used to go out drinking. Like I have done things with girls in the middle of clubs that would probably make my nan spin in a grave. So
that doesn't make you a diva, Mike. That just makes you
that makes you badass motherfucker.
I'm completely misunderstanding.
Of all the words you could have used, diva was the worst
the
possible. Exactly. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
But anyway, so we have this club called Aruba, and they do £1 on a Friday. They have a thing called Jaeger Nation, and for those that don't know what a Jaeger bomb is, I imagine everybody does.
Oh yeah.
But for those that don't, it's basically a shot of Jägermeister that's put in a glass, and then the glass is like some sort of energy drink, like Red Bull or something.
Red Bull, yeah.
So this club does like
Chemicals.
cheap knockoff ones for £1.
A pound? Was that like $1?
Like $1?
A little over $1?
$1.50,
Yeah,
$1.25, that sort of thing.
Jesus.
$1.25.
I'd be dead.
Yeah, so I went out on Friday night to Aruba, and I started getting drunk and I started buying Jaeger bombs, and then I noticed this lass sat on her own.
That's a girl for the people that are uninitiated.
Yeah. I saw a girl sat on her own in this club, sat on her phone. She looked a little bit upset, and I remember, this is the only part of the night I remember. I remember going up to her, sitting next to her, and just asking her if she was okay, and asking a few questions about herself. And then I sort of blacked out. And then I remember, well, I don't remember, but it was about 3 days later that I was in the conservatory at my parents' house, and my phone starts ringing. My phone starts, so I pick up my phone and I answer it, and it's this proper chavvy, like it's this proper chavvy sounding guy. The best way, the best sort of impression I can do is sort of like, is like, we have things called chavs, which are sort of like sort of like a redneck, if you like, of the USA, and the ones around here are like, hey man, you fucking, what are you fucking looking at? I'll fucking knock you out, mate. Anyway, so yeah, I had this guy that rang me, and he was like, why is your number in my lass's fucking phone? I was like, oh shit. I was like on it, for those that don't know me personally, I hate confrontation. I fucking hate it. If I've done anything wrong, I get really upset with myself because I hate making mistakes. But yeah, this guy started saying this, and I just started panicking, and I was like, and keeping in mind, I was about 18 at the time, and I was like, I don't know. He was like, is your name Mike? Like, your name Mike? And I was like,
Rip.
And I was gonna say no, but obviously he had my number and saved as Mike or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but I could hear people laughing in the background, so I thought it might have been one of my mates prank calling me.
Yeah, like a joke, maybe. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, he was going on, and he was like, "Oh, you better kiss your mum and dad fucking good night. Give them a kiss good night tonight, because when I get my hands on you, you're fucking dead, mate." So I was sat there, and I was genuinely like about to burst into tears. I was like, I literally just went, all right then, and sort of just put the phone down, like out of pure fear. And then I was shitting myself. You know when you do that thing where you're sort of shitting yourself, but at the same time you're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I did that, and then I didn't think anything else of it. And then a week later, about 2-3 weeks later, I went downtown again with two of my best mates, Aaron and Luke, and we walked into a different pub. And as I walked in, I saw this lass like wave at me, like look at me, and she sort of like gave me this like wave and a smile, and I thought it was quite packed. I thought she was doing it to somebody behind me. Yeah, sort of like what Jay's doing now. So I sort of just ignored it, and I went to the bar. And then this chavvy lad came up to me, and he put his arm around me. He was like, "Oh, is your name Mike?" And he was like looking over at his mates and pointing at me and like smiling and laughing. I was like, "Nah, mate, I think you got the wrong person." He was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter then." And I turned around and I went to my two friends. I was like, "Yeah, we need to fucking leave." And they were like,
"We need to go right now.
We've just got here." I was like, "Please, can we just leave? Can we just go home?" And I'll explain later. So my two friends were like, "Yeah, sure," because they could see that I was about to start crying in the middle of this pub.
Oh,
like,
no,
trust me,
dude.
I don't mind admitting this. I am a proper fanny. If I can avoid confrontation, I will. And this guy was like I was
Proper
about to
fanny.
burst into tears.
You're so British, mate.
My friends left with me. We went to the pizza shop. We got some garlic and chips, and we went home. And I told them this exact story of what happened, but obviously it was like more apparent at the time that I was like, "Oh,
Mike, you're gonna have to explain to them what garlic and chips is, because they're just imagining like a garlic bulb."
Okay, so
on some fries.
In the UK, we have what's called garlic and chips. I'll have some garlic and chips for £1.50. But garlic and chips are basically just fries. Just fries with like it's. Do you know what? I've never really been able to explain garlic sauce, but it's like it's
mayonnaise with garlic in.
It's like. Yeah, it's like, but it's not garlic mayo though. In the northeast, it's like it's where they basically it's like they're making mayonnaise, but they do it with garlic instead of eggs.
Yeah,
so it makes like
it's thick as fuck, and it's like literally every vampire in like the vicinity just instantly dies. The moment you yawn is like. But listen, really
See,
quick.
Mike, you run with you are a good friend because when I get drunk, as you can see, I'm not very big.
I bet you're like
but
Scrappy
I
Doo.
think I
So he
am.
gets really drunk.
Yeah, he gets really drunk, and I bet you turn into Scrappy Doo. I bet you do.
I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Tell it a mile
So
away.
like my friends have to pull me back and be like, "Hey, sorry, man. He's just a little drunk right now." Because I also know that my friends are a lot bigger than I am, and they're fucking for real. So I'm like, even if I get my ass whooped, I'm only gonna take like a hit, and then I'm good, dude.
See, I'm the worst one because I'm just over 6 foot tall, and I used to be literally a planet. So I was the guy that I was so loud and so drunk, and I had no fucks to give. So my friends used to literally get into trouble. They would know where when I was kind of leaning backwards and forwards, where I would kind of have this momentary like lapse in stability, like he's drunk enough.
Yeah.
So they just fuck with people, and then they just call for me from across the pub because I just come wandering. And go,
Jay, help! Jay!
Literally, quite literally, I was the worst kind of. I'm so glad I don't drink anymore. But anyway.
No, see, when I'm drinking, I'm a bouncer in a little guy's body. Like I hear somebody like Kyle fucking around, I'm like, all right, where's he at?
Oh, you're the rounder upper. You're the one that goes scoops everyone up and goes, right, we're going.
Me and Mike are complete opposites in that I live in confrontation. Let's go.
Did you see into his eyes just then? I got a chill. I'm just saying. I got a little bit of a chill. There you go.
I've seen some shit.
I want to show you something really. Quickly. So when Mike was doing his chav impersonation, I instantly got images of a guy called Devo. Now, Mike, do you know who Devo is?
Yeah,
I don't know. I saw you pull it up.
This is the quintessential. This is like the king of the chavs. If there was a king of the chavs, it would be him.
When I was at school, I was a fella. Round the bitches, fingering Daniela. Round the bitches, fingering Selena. Round the bitches, fingering Delina. Got 4 fingers up, you should have seen it. And my trousers couldn't be any keener. But I thought you was with Tina. We had a kid called Sabina. Devil is here. Listen to the beats and rhyming with a tear. Listen to the drop and feel the flavor. It's summertime. I'm starting out. I am poor. No
Stop
in my
it.
pockets, can I sleep on your floor? Fresh out of jail.
Stop it immediately.
Can I just put
Let's
one
go on
line
to the next thing.
Hang on. I just want to show you him actually interacting. So
what's going on?
What were you fucking saying about me not being hard, dickhead? Look at the fucking beast I've got now. Who's not hard now, dickhead?
Doesn't look hard.
What?
who are you, dickhead?
Dog. So this is your dog?
Yeah, it's my dog, mate.
But this was the dress. This was like a uniform for them. It was always the Burberry hat, the fucking polo shirt, the Adidas tracksuit trousers, and the trainers. And they all talk like this because they're all off their heads on fucking pills. It was just. But this guy's actually a comedian. He's not real. He was a guy that just went out and became like he was one of the first YouTube stars in actual fact over here in the UK anyway.
It's not, is it?
No, I'm doing a bit of dog walking. It's like Friday would fucking work, ain't it? Just take his dog out.
How much you getting for this?
Free boy.
I actually have one that I want you guys to see
No,
too.
we're working for your mum.
What's his name?
But he used to just stop people in the
Johnny,
street.
Bobby.
He's so fucking
Stevie. funny. Stevie. Do you like birds, Stevie? Get him, Stevie. Get him. Yeah. He'll fucking get you. Get off it, dickhead. Oi, get off it, dickhead. You just fucking bash me in the head, you prick.
It's just, I actually want to. Mike, what you queue up the video you want to show Carl? Mike, do you know who Frank Sidebottom is? Can you hear me? Anyone?
Mike.
Oh, yeah. Do you know who Frank Sidebottom is?
No.
No. Okay. All right. Carl, bring up whatever video you wanted to show, and I'll show you who Frank.
Okay. Mike, did you want to show one?
I will terrify you.
It was just
I've got
Go ahead,
one
Mike.
too.
All right. We'll put a cue
Okay,
up.
Mike goes, then I go, and then Dub goes.
And I'll just
and then
sit
Jay
here.
goes.
I'll do nothing. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then we'll
Enjoy.
close the damn thing down.
What you doing? Fucking, you know what time it is, mate? It's fucking Devo time. Whoa! Whoa, mate, you nearly fucking stood on that. Fucking hell! Look at that! Ah, fucking pigeons from that, innit? Oh, that's
Is it dead?
Is it dead? Do you think it's dead?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
But this is literally, there are people like this.
Fucking showed you, didn't I? Who's fucking boss at fucking jobs now?
I probably would have cried too, Mike, if I were being honest with you. But it probably would have been from laughter if somebody approached me like that.
But it's just,
I'd be like, what?
the thing is, they were usually so out of their faces. It didn't matter if there were streaks of piss; they would still just fucking think they're.
Joshua? Oh, hey, Thomas.
All right, so you've been.
Good to see you this year.
Let me pause the video.
Well, you know.
Well, I'm already terrified.
All right, so you guys have. Jay, you've been showing me this fucked up UK shit, so I'm gonna show you some fucked up American shit.
Oh,
dude.
I can outfuck you with
We'll
the
see if you
weird.
can- Oh, I'm sure it's not weird. It's just like a very weird sense of humor. Let's see if you guys like it. I think these dudes are funny as fuck.
Well, Joshua? Oh, hey, Thomas, I didn't see you. Good to see you this year. Oh, hey. Hey. Well, you know what? It's Christmas time, and I just wanted to say you're the best friend a guy could ask for.
How sweet of you to say such a thing. You know what, big guy? How about we open our Christmas gifts this year?
Oh, that's a magical idea. Hey, why don't you go ahead and open yours first? There you go.
Oh, Thomas, this is... Oh, wow. Oh, I love Christmas. Oh, Thomas. Oh, no, you did not do this. An iPod? You outdid yourself this year.
And you know what? I filled it with all your favorite Kenny Chesney songs.
And I love Kenny Chesney.
Who the fuck's
It's
Kenny
gonna be a Kenny
Chesney?
Chesney Christmas this time of year.
You're gonna make my gift look like just a bag of used disposable beans.
Hey, it's the thought that counts, my friend. You know that.
Here you go, Thomas. I hope you like
I don't know why that really made me laugh.
Oh, this is gonna go great with my Dockers. Oh, but you know what? Before I open this, I just have something real quick to say. Just something real quick. Did you ever see, you know the movie, Scorpion King 2? Rise of the Warrior? I absolutely hated that movie. Specifically on Blu-ray.
That's a very specific
I absolutely
movie.
hated it. So I'm just saying. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open it here. Joshua. Oh my goodness. It's just a pile of my favorite jumbo shrimp. Joshua, this is absolutely wonderful. Just a dripping wet pile of shrimp. I absolutely love it. You know, I'm just gonna pack those away for later. Joshua, what is this down here? There's more. You absolutely outdid yourself. Oh boy, oh boy. What is this down here? Scorpion King 2. Rise of a Warrior. Specifically on Blu-ray.
Oh my god, it's so random.
This is just awful.
Who are these people?
This is terrible. I don't even want the shrimp anymore. The shrimp is tainted.
The shrimp is
You
tainted.
tainted my shrimp.
It's just tainted.
How many haircuts has that guy got, by the way? Threw his eggnog over him.
Gum. He doesn't want to.
Eggnog's disgusting, by the way. What on earth was that?
Those dudes are so fun. Like they have so many like little sketches, dude. They're so fucking random and funny that I love them.
Cam's is all I can think of is who the fuck is going to clean that up.
Yeah, that's a lot of their videos though. Oh shit.
Whose one's it? Is this yours, Dub?
Yeah.
Go on.
Like you won't have a care in the world, bruh. Blaze the pipe.
Because I did ice. Oh my god. Look at Mike's face right now.
I wasn't gonna clean my room until I did ice. I wasn't gonna get up and find the broom, but then I did My room is crystal clean, and I know why. Why, man? Yeah, cause I did ice. Yeah, cause I did ice. Cause I did ice.
Is ice like meth?
Yeah.
Or like crack?
Yeah, meth.
Before I did ice.
But they are like. If you ever wonder why someone's like overly proficient at something, it's usually because of that.
How what you do?
And I know why. Why, man? Cause I did ice. Cause I did ice.
Oh shit.
Cause I did ice.
I've seen that, Cam. Do you want me to show it?
I was gonna go to sleep until I did ice.
The fucking guy, dude.
I was gonna go and count some sheep, but then I did ice.
Oh my god.
But instead, I'm counting
Mike
the
hasn't said a
bugs
word
that
in
are
like
under
2
my
minutes.
skin. Why, man?
I think he's losing brain cells.
Is his webcam frozen? I'm not sure.
Wasn't gonna wear a dress.
It must just be because of where I'm from.
Isn't it just?
Steal and molest till I had no arms.
I'm gonna fight, steal, and molest.
Now I'm on my knees in an alleyway. Why? Because I did all my ice. Now I need more ice. Yeah, I need more ice. I wasn't gonna hallucinate, but then I did ice.
Oh my god. Okay, Mike, I'm not gonna put you through that anymore. Go ahead.
Michael, are you with us? Blink once if you're okay.
Alright, blink once, we're okay. So Cam wanted me to show this one. This is so it's like a Canadian rap group.
Oh, hang on, wait there.
Oh, here we go.
Wait there. I keep forgetting it's on there. Go on.
Am I good now?
Yep, go.
Canadian rap group. But this shit is funny as fuck, dude.
Mike, seriously, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. just questioning the people that I'm associating myself with on
Hey.
this podcast. But...
Do you want me to rewind and share the story you told us on the podcast? You psychopath.
I mean, you put us in this position.
You're right at home.
Times.
You're right at home.
I'm from the Great White North, right? Like up above the States? Yeah. The big landmass that the rest of the world hates? Fuck yeah. We're like above that. Fucking north, I guess. The big patch of trees where everybody's bored to death. We're just chilling up here, sipping syrup, playing hockey.
Hang on,
Before
1 second.
we learn to walk, we can landmass that the rest of the world hates? Fuck yeah. We're like above that. Fucking north, I guess. The big patch of trees where everybody's bored to death. We're just chilling up here, sipping syrup, playing hockey. Before we learn to walk, we can cross-check properly. Just rocking plaid jackets. Chainsaws, we operate them right. Fucking A-right we do, bud. We cut our weight in firewood. Every
Fucking A, bud.
Smoke break. And if
Fucking
the
A,
Leafs
right,
make the
bud.
playoffs, I'll fucking jump in the lake. Fucking buddy comes over to my place the other night and he's like, you wanna go out for a rip? And I was
Canadians
like,
do say
"Fuck
fuck
yeah."
a lot.
So we hop in the truck and hit the mud and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, bud.
Just out for a rip, are you, bud?
Just out for a rip. Just out for a rip, are you, bud? Just
The face.
Just out for a rip, are you, bud? Just out for a rip. I come from the land of the polite, where shit's covered in ice. So when I'm down in the States, they're like, you're too fucking nice. Like, yeah, we got manners, but fucking buddies still fight and fucking swear and fucking drink all night. Like this one time, me and fucking buddy are out having a dart, and fucking buddy burns a hole in my coat, and I was like, fuck bud, because the coat was pretty new, right? And he's like, fuck you. So I put his head in a snowbank and just started fucking feeding him the right left, like fucking boom, boom, boom. You had enough yet? And he's like, okay, fuck, chill out, shit. So I pulled him out of the snow and we went out for a rip. Yeah. Just fuck yeah. Just for
So random.
just for a rip.
But the shit's actually super catchy. I loved it.
Well, hang on, wait there. Just before, because I know it might looks like he's about to jump off a cliff. I just want to show.
He's tired.
I want to show
He's
one.
sleepy.
One.
Yeah, it's only 7 o'clock my time. So
Yeah, it's 8 my time.
I
I'm
got
good.
plenty of time right now.
Right, we're gonna close out the reactions with this. I just want to see because that the one with the eggnog was pretty fucking weird. But I want to show you this. This is called Five.
Fuck. I didn't mean to get in a pissing contest
This
with
is
you because now I'm
called-
scared.
This is called.
Don't get in a pissing contest with Jay. You already know he'll piss on
I'll
you.
piss on your face. Yeah. So this is called 5 Special Potatoes from a wonderful show called This Is Ginsey, which was made the Mighty Boosh, who look like I don't know, some sort of political program. But anyway, I'll leave you with this.
5 special potatoes.
Oh no, not this guy again.
One to rest my pencils in, one to advise on style, one I use as potato shelving, one I prepare as chips, one I've made into a ferret's underwear. Wait a minute, that's 6. Shit. 6.
That's it. That's what we need.
You showed us the one about the, what was it, fucking vegetable games?
Oh yeah, that was. Fucking,
Yeah, I wasn't a fan
the
of
whole
that
show.
shit.
The whole show is just fucking. It's so random. But yeah.
All right, so we ready for the man himself to close us out, dude?
Yeah. He says, looking at his stuff. Yeah, go on. I'm gonna put you on. I'm gonna put you on right now. So this is
Alright.
Dub's metal message. He closes us out. He's the man with the words, the man with the message.
The wisdom.
Yeah, the
Wow, I
sage-like
appreciate
advice.
that.
But
This week's is going to be in a little bit different format. I'm going to go ahead and read the lyrics first.
hang on, let me make you big enough so you can actually fucking see it. There you go.
It's making me overcompensate.
Dope. Just dope.
So, don't play the fucking victim. Swallow your guilt. You demolished what you built. Now beg for forgiveness. Die with some pride, you fuck. Die with some pride. So that, it's kind of got a deep, dark, you're a fuck, die with some pride meaning, but I just kind of wanted to play into how every decision that we make has consequences. Big or small, good or bad. I'm gonna drink this drink. I'm no longer gonna be thirsty. I'm gonna go down the road and say fuck you. He may come slash my tires. Everything has consequences. You know what I mean? So the message I wanted to pass out there is if you've put yourself in a position where you've made a mistake, or you fucked off, or you said something, own it. Make the consequences and the ability to move on from it as simple for yourself and whoever else is involved as possible. Just own it. This comes from this week. I had somebody come to me asking for advice. Hey, I did this and this and this. What do I do? I mean, what do I say to that? Just, hey, go deal with it the best way you can and move on. So in case this is a problem in people's lives and they're afraid to voice it, because I know in the past I've been afraid to voice when I've done something wrong or wanted to admit that I was wrong because I've fought this side of this for so long or this side of this for so long. It does not dehumanize to swallow your pride and just let things move on. So I wanted to pass that message today. So if something's going on, the best thing that you can do is to just accept it for exactly what it is without making excuses or giving reasons as to why you haven't. Own it and move past it.
Hey, fucking
That's
man.
the metal message today. That's the metal message today.
Damn, bro. I like that shit.
Just when you think he can peak, he peaks some more.
Good shit, Dub.
I put that together.
Very poignant message right there. But yeah, no,
Dub's so dude. I love that about Dub.
Yeah.
What's that?
You're so deep.
Well, you know, I've seen some things, and there's just messages that people should hear.
Yeah, I like
That's
that
for
shit.
sure.
It's true.
Sure.
It's true. It's like Cam said, make every consequence worth the action. Couldn't agree more.
That's right. That's right.
Couldn't agree more.
But just don't pretend like you don't deserve what you're getting if you know that you do, because it doesn't help.
Yeah.
Well, the thing
and
is,
and especially around me, it is something I deal with in people almost constantly. So I just wanted to put the message out there that it doesn't dehumanize, and it doesn't make, it's not going to make anyone look at anyone like they're any less of a person for owning what they've done. So don't be afraid of that.
And if somebody does look at you different because you're owning a mistake, then that says for them, not
that's
for
on
you.
them. Exactly.
That's right.
Get rid.
That's right.
They're not needed.
Yeah.
They're excess. But it's true. I mean, it's the thing is as well, the one person that you're lying to that you have to kind of look in the face every day is you. So
that's right.
You I mean, okay. I mean, if you can get by with that, then cool, more power to you. But I couldn't deal with that shit. I'm the worst person to be fucking lied to. So when it's me doing the lying, there's no way I'm going to stand for that bullshit. So
absolutely,
yeah.
It seems like Cam's ringing up our yelling match like every week now. It feels weird, man. I think she like secretly enjoyed it, like us yelling at each other.
But yeah, that's what I wanted to leave you guys with this week. So
that was awesome.
Thank you,
Michael.
Yeah, love this
Any
shit.
closing thoughts, other than I want to go to sleep now?
Shit, you got me.
You can't tell.
No, well, I mean, I can't really say anything on the metal message because it's pretty much been said already. I mean,
No, it hasn't.
mentioned
Think of something
about,
new.
He's like, I'm tired, bro. Pizza.
No,
If you like pineapple
I mean,
on your pizza, fucking own that. Just like pineapple on your pizza. It's fine.
No.
Damn it!
Yeah,
I thought he was tired enough to fall for that shit. Damn it!
No, I mean, you sort of said sort of briefly about the lying, which I know it doesn't necessarily 100% tie in with it, but I mean, you know, I'm never going to be one to lie because I always say that a liar will get found out eventually. So, like,
okay, but
a liar's already found out by themselves. That's the problem.
Right, and this is kind of I was more trying to appeal to the people who aren't necessarily to the bone liars, but the people who are
in denial.
Yes, the people who play the room. That is the best way to put it. The people who say what's convenient in the moment and then move on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And stuff like I don't want to keep going with it,
Go.
but
Go.
Own it.
Go.
Own it.
Go.
And on that note, I think
save it for next time.
Yeah, definitely. Well, as per usual, what we're going to do is we will play out the song that it's from. It's what's the name of the song? It's Consequence, isn't it?
Yes, the song is Consequences. It's by a band called the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, but on that note, we will catch you next week. Remember this: Kyle is in charge of the person. So if you see a question mark, you know he done fucked up. So hold him accountable to that.
Come to my stream and remind me. Self-promotion, lol.
I'm expecting a very rushed message next Wednesday going, fuck.
Wednesday, bro. We do the podcast on Thursday.
Exactly.
What are you talking
about? Well done for remembering that.
No, I'm saying the message will be on Thursday and it'll say fuck.
Ah, okay. You'll get the message.
I got you, bro. Leave it to me. I got you.
Exactly. All right.
Leave it to me. I got you. Right.
Anyway.
All right.
We'll catch you the same time next week. We aren't going to be changing the time again for, I don't know, till the next time we change it probably. But this is how it's staying.
Yeah.
This is how we like it, and we ain't changing from there. But anyway, we'll play it out with the song. We'll catch you next week.
This is how we do it.
Later, guys.
Thanks for
Bye,
that.
Twitch.
Catch you later.